I have a quote of the day.
What is it, Melissa? You're making everybody nervous.
What did you do, Danny? She's looking at you.
I don't know. What did I do?
I'm sure it's something Danny did.
Oh, she was impressed, I could tell. So, what I was trying to say in plain English, what was I talking about, KC? I caught him with a mouthful of donuts.
We weren't paying attention.
If life were fair, donuts would be considered health food, and you could lie on the couch 24/7 as a man, like we deserve to, and watch Sports Center 24/7 while eating donuts and losing weight at the same time.
Donuts.
If life were fair.
Surrounded by men.
A donut is the perfect food.
No, it's not.
Well, I was going to say donuts for breakfast, steak for dinner.
All right, I can get behind steak for dinner.
My man is a straight-up carnivore. How do you have your steaks cooked?
Medium rare.
Yeah.
It's the only way. I tell you that, big guy. What about you, Larry?
Medium rare.
And Gina, I don't need to ask you. I know.
Fair.
She wants hers rare.
Josh,
I want it to go.
those
a
are for
little
the
bit.
morning meetings. Melissa, can you do something?
Everybody's eating Danny's donuts.
Josh, have all you want, big guy.
Took the whole box.
Tell you. So yeah, it's I slammed. Got the four McGregor. Tyler, this is your fault. And they are so good. I love McDonald's. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Egg McMuffins.
Oh, the Egg McMuffin.
Oh
You
my God.
kidding me?
And a cup of coffee. Breakfast of champions.
Larry's nickname in college was Eggs McDiamond because he ate so many McMuffins. I thought that was a cool name. Let's go back to that. Our weatherman in the Weather Center, here's Eggs McDiamond.
That would work.
Eggs. Yeah.
Well, spit it out,
E.
McDiamond. What's the weather? We got warnings in every category. You over there going, duh, that'll work.
Well,
He's over here talking about donuts.
Okay, I'll do the weather. If you lost your place on the page, look at the Doppler. It's right there. Just read the teleprompter, for God's sake. That went over there. I apologize. Now you know what it's like.
Quote of the day.
you know how he talks to us.
Off the
Oh,
air.
That's your fault. Larry, I told you. Larry, look, I told you before you got it. This is no business for half a sissy.
Yeah, it's a good business. I wouldn't be in it if it wasn't. Because
Tough business.
Tough
Well, how are you
tough
in
ain't
it?
And this
Don't
Paul
talk about
Hogan's
a cuss.
guy, Reading, he ain't in it. Reading these rednecks out here ain't in it because it's a tough business.
It's a tough business, and
Dr. D.
Dr. D.
What the hell's wrong with you? That's open hand slap, huh?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Larry, get yourself together.
Wait,
or get
Gina,
ready.
have
Get
you
ready
never
for.
seen that?
Pardon me, you.
Pardon?
What?
I was saying, I was butting in. Yeah, I was, Dan. I was asking Gina, have you never seen that?
Seen what?
Dr. D. David Schultz.
No.
Yeah, not when he slapped John Stossel from the news magazine 2020.
So I have not seen it.
Dr. D.
You have talked about it, but I have not seen it.
Don't tell you, years ago. I'm talking about Dr. D because he's one of the biggest stars, wasn't he, Casey, in the world.
On his way to be
The man. He was Hulk Hogan before Hulk Hogan.
well, he was scheduled to be the guy that was headed to face Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 1.
Yep. Good-looking guy. Schultz about 6'5".
I feel a tragedy coming.
8.
Is he about 6'8"?
About 6'8".
He's a big guy.
That's large.
I'm talking about him on a show years ago. He calls. He's listening to the show. He's from Jackson.
Yeah.
And he called me back the other day, and Dave, I missed it. I apologize. Please don't kill me. And he's been on with me several times. He's fantastic on the air. He's a fantastic person.
Absolutely.
I love David Schultz. Dr. D. And I mean, I'm kidding you. Vince McMahon recognized the superstar in David
Right.
Schultz.
Right.
Jackson, Tennessee.
Go us.
And evidently, he had brothers because I had people come up to me and say, I grew up with him and his brothers. They could whoop everybody in West Tennessee.
Giants.
Yeah. And he came out on the show several times, bounty hunter, and he's just, he's like MacGyver, except he'll knock you the blank out. So John Stossel, 2020, wanted to do a story on wrestling and is it real or is it fake? And
Okay.
Vince McMahon and David Schultz on the program with me just was very candid, told the story, and he told it in plain English. That Vince McMahon came to him and said, "Hey Dave, John Stossel, 2020 is going to be here. I want you to do the interview, and I want you to do it in character." You know, and
Right.
he kind of encouraged him. He may not have said explicitly, "I want you to open hand slap him," but you're talking to David Schultz, and you know
Right.
David Schultz, and you know what's going to
What
happen.
the hell's wrong with you? That's
it.
open hand slap, huh?
Huh? What the hell's wrong with you?
And that's
so-
exactly what happened
On
It's-
live TV?
on live.
Oh, my
TV.
Well,
gosh.
it was taped for 2020, but
Oh, okay.
but
Interview,
still
yeah.
same thing, because they ran the thing, and because they loved it,
I'm
they got
sure.
exactly what they wanted.
And so did John Stossel.
John Stossel didn't expect quite that. Stossel very arrogantly it up to Dr. D, who's 6'8", looking down at
I
him.
don't think he's 6'8" either, is he? John Stossel?
No, he's about 4 inches. and so he says, well, is it real, is it fake? Because somebody said it was fake.
Uh-oh.
And when he said that, Dr. D said,
Yeah, it's a good business. I wouldn't be in it if it wasn't. Because only the tough survive. That's the reason you ain't in it. And this punk holding the camera reading he ain't in it. Reading these rednecks out here ain't in it. Because it's a tough business.
I'm going to tell you, brilliant rebuttal, my friend, Dr. David Schultz. I could have put it better myself, sir. And it went from that to, well, Stossel was very arrogant and condescending, wasn't he?
Shocking.
Absolutely.
And so when he was condescending, well, and with that, Dr. D did what only people like Casey Gold and I would do.
What the hell's wrong with you? That's open hand slap, huh?
And that was right after he open hand slapped him. And with the right hand, and he got up holding his ear, and then
What the hell's wrong with you? That's open hand slap,
with the left hand, open hand slap, he hit the floor and took off running.
Ran to the other end of the building.
Like the coward that he is. And so then they sued, and Vince McMahon, according to Dr. D, threw Dr. D completely under the bus.
Absolutely.
That was wrong.
That's wrong.
And I don't know Vince McMahon, but I know David Schultz, and I know his character. And that man didn't deserve that.
Absolutely. Well, absolutely not. That's the thing is, if you're going to tell somebody like Dr. D, stay in character,
Yeah.
Be prepared.
exactly. Be prepared for the fallout, because you can't do that. Not with somebody like Dr. D.
No, you can't.
But that whole incident completely changed the landscape for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
For the
it
original-
did.
For the original one.
I was watching the videos they were doing with David Schultz. He was so red hot. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you caught this. I asked David about it, and he of course remembered it. Now this had been like 1980 on national TV, worldwide TV. But this was when the super stations first.
Yep,
hit the-
when they were first.
they put the satellites in orbit, for God's sake, and so it's so they filmed David Schultz, Dr. D, at his house. It's a log cabin, and they come up, and Dr. D was telling the story after I prompted him. All actors except him, of course, and he's standing out on the porch with his wife, and he says, "Mama, get in there, get these people some fiddles." And then he's at the table. He said, "Woman," it's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
And he was so stinking good. I thought, man, that's classic. That was to me that was wrestling's golden age, because then you had Memphis wrestling at the top of its, drawing 50 shares on Saturday morning.
Oh, they were the highest rated show in not only in the area but in the country.
Yes.
I have a question.
Okay.
Briefly, yes.
Is wrestling real or fake?
Don't say the F word. Don't
What
say
the
the
hell's
F
wrong
word.
with you? That's open hand slap, huh?
Let me tell you something. In Powder, you might want to tell this too, because you're gonna get caught up in a windmill. You're sitting between two guys that are essentially, we're doing this to make ends meet, and we're professional wrestlers. I tell you, see no respect whatsoever.
None at all. None
You
at
feel
all.
safe because you're female.
Well, I'm going to ask you this question: how fake do you think it would be to lay on the floor and let someone stand, let's say on top of this desk, and jump off and land on you?
See, we can get John Stossel on the phone. He'll have to use his left ear because his right one doesn't work because of his smart mouth.
So I guess it's real?
It is.
I've been there and done that.
It is very physical.
It really is.
It really is.
No, I know that. Isn't Hulk Hogan in pretty
He's
not good shape right now?
He's in better shape now, from what I understand.
That's good.
He's in better shape now than he was a couple of years ago.
It was his back, right?
His back and his hips.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's 6'8", 6'9", and he's got a big frame, and
Yes.
so that's at his age. Naturally, you start breaking down. But yes, for years of and years of that. I mean, you've got to be a very good athlete.
Right.
It's very physical. Of course, there's theater involved as well. That's the beauty of it. Because if you slammed, if a man 6'9" was slamming his fist against Jerry the King Lawler's skull, it'd kill him. But don't get it twisted. That is theater at its absolute best. That's why it survived all these years.
It's live theater.
Yes, it
It's
is.
soap opera for men, right?
Oh, have you seen the ladies at wrestling?
No,
I have
have
picked
not.
up a
I have
lot
not.
of dates at wrestling. Don't laugh. This ain't hee-haw.
Uncle Bubba's all over it, ain't he?
Some of them ain't mad teeth.
Larry, there's going to be something you can't say in about 5 minutes.
Violence is rarely the answer.
Listen, I want y'all to knock it off because Dr. Sean Evans is here.
We have to be nice.
And we're gonna have an adult in the room.
Okay.
Larry, get lost, would you? No.
What do you mean adult? I showed up earlier.
You see, we were on the same team there for just a bit.
Short,
seriously.
brief second, we were on the same page.
Just for
Sounds like
a
your love
moment.
life.
It was just a
And,
moment.
that's true.
So, thank you, Gina.
That was funny.
You're gonna have a long career as long as you laugh at my stuff.
Exactly. That's my job. Laughing
You
at
have a great
jokes.
sense of humor. So,
Speaking of wrestling, before we bring the doctor in,
Good segue. Very nicely done.
baby, you want to let the doctor in?
you want to let the doctor in. That's a great line.
Melissa, will you call security? Or I've got
Security.
So we're
to. Do what, Melissa?
dial the
No,
other
I've
way.
got to come along, hook up to the front of the Jeep, bring the other end in here, and hook it to his belt. No, you know what? We'll have the Jeep inside here. I know what'll happen. There's no way to, but go ahead.
Just speaking of wrestling, as we were just talking about, Saturday night in Selmer, Tennessee, Tennessee Championship Wrestling returns to Selmer for the Tennessee 10 tournament, and
What time bell time?
7:30 p.m. sponsored by our good friend Terry over at Man's Record
Oh,
Service.
Terry Golden. Yes.
And Terry
Bring it,
Golden
keep
over
it
at
big.
Man's Record and Fortune Financial Lending down in Savannah, Tennessee. We're going to wind up having 6 matches, little tournament, and crown the winner will then go on to face MJ Davis next Friday night in Henderson, Tennessee at the Chester County High School at our annual benefit for the Carl Perkins Center.
Oh,
Chester
Casey,
County.
we need to get on that big time, dude, because that is a wonderful event.
Yes.
And we were there last year, and it raises money for the Carl Perkins Center for the Prevention of Child Abuse. And I love what you do with that. You're always, thank you, Casey, because you're always thinking about the community. Dude, people have no idea how hard you work to bring awareness on the community.
I'm going to tell you, it's been the last couple of weeks has been a little crazy. We've got the main event that night is
Sure, I'll be glad to.
Your buddy, Dangerous Doug Gilbert, and Tommy Wildfire Rich
Oh, Tommy.
taking on with Lucky P. Larson Esquire. Will be taking on Kevin White and the Boogie Woogie Boy Gary Valiant with WWE Hall of Famer, the Birdman, Coco
Check audio,
Beware.
would you? Hey, check audio. Maybe something y'all did. Could you check the audio on the stream, please? Check the audio, please.
We have a
just-
lot going on here all of a sudden.
Yeah, we got technicians in here, and they're driving me nuts. So, these
We were displaced last week.
president of the chess club. Yeah, they kicked us out of here last week, and they're still not over there.
Well, they kicked y'all out. They let me stay.
They did. We had to broadcast from the dining room
you
table.
were no threats to him. That's what, as far as the intellect.
You think?
There's the video stream. Check that. I-Man, what are you talking about, I-Man? Get yourself together. Check your audio, I-Man. I'm sorry to attack listeners, but I'll confront me. That's what it's 4:31. Can I get? I need a camel. Like, do I have any blues over there?
No blues.
No blues.
Only reds.
I have a quote of the day.
Can you hold that till
I'm holding it.
7 o'clock hour? No, go ahead. Let's hear. No, let's hear the quote of the day.
Well, no, I feel like my thunder's been stolen. I'll have to wait a
Playing
little
the
bit.
victim and say
Well,
you're
just don't get hit with the
Okay,
light.
ready?
You'll be
Ready?
okay.
It's funny.
Don't cry
It's
before
funny.
you've been hurt.
Ready?
Sure.
This is from Marjorie Taylor Greene. On Monday, Greene said...
Congresswoman.
Infamous. On Monday, Greene said, I was attacked in a restaurant tonight by an insane woman and screamed at by her adult son. They had no respect for the restaurant or the staff or the people dining or people like that who simply have different political views. They are self-righteous, insane, and completely out of control.
Sound like they got a lot
Marjorie
in common.
Taylor Greene said that.
Pot, meat kettle, meat black.
Thank
You know, if
you.
it was, I wouldn't be in it if it wasn't. Because only the tough
What the
survive.
hell's wrong with you?
Reading
That's
ain't
open
in it.
hand
And this
slap,
punk holding
huh?
the camera reading, he ain't in it. Reading
Well,
these
that's a
rednecks out
very
here ain't in it.
offensive
Because it's a
word.
tough
You
business.
shouldn't say that.
Yeah, when we do come back as well, we will be talking about the legislation with Dr. Sean Evans, political science professor, Union University, Jackson, TN, 38305, in case you want to mail him a letter.
Hey, Uncle Bubba.
We've had a lot of educators this week.
I'm waiting on a phone call, by the way. I told you last week we had this conversation at the kitchen table last week, and I picked up the phone after I left there and I called my buddy Blix, and he's supposed to be calling in today. So our discussion on midgets will continue.
I can't wait to talk about midget wrestling,
No,
man.
we have to have a rule about
No,
this.
it's a midget. He's a midget wrestler.
No, we're not. I know we're not supposed to use that word. I know.
What
it.
word?
Don't
Wrestler
We'll get
or midget?
texts and-
Let a midget decide that.
You
Okay, then
word.
let's get.
there
We
fake
need
midgets?
somebody to call in. And
There's
what is
Hermit.
the proper word? I feel like that is not it.
Well,
See, that's the thing.
that's why I
Don't.
called Blix.
Here's the new rule, okay, for this program. Let's just say that Trixie the midget,
No, Blix.
Blake, whatever. He's a midget. If he's not insulted but
Offended, yes.
by being called a midget, you're not allowed to be.
Right.
Okay,
Don't you
I'll
think
give
that's a good rule?
Well, I mean, broadcasting to the population at large, I'm sure we're going to get texts or a phone call. I feel confident.
You do. Well, I'll give them. Look, if they call in,
That goes for the public at large. If the midget's not offended by being called a midget, you're not allowed to be.
Let's Google if that's politically correct. I feel like
that
it's
politically
a hard
correct
no.
is like
hard
out the window.
no.
We're politically correct. Gotta go.
Josh, that's where it's supposed to be. We'll be right back. Stand by for news. Stand by for Dr. Sean Evans. Larry, Vamoose.
Yeah.
It's a hard room to work. It really is.
I told you. Wow.
News Talk West Tennessee includes NewsTalk965.com and NewsTalk 96.5 FM, covering local news, sports, and weather on an extensive network of platforms, including radio, social media streaming, digital TV, live stream, podcasts, all on your devices. Our local and live weekday lineup includes Daybreak with Greg Wood and G-Unit, Walker Talks with Chuck Walker and Julie Holt, The Dan Reeves Show with Gina Langley and Larry Newman, Dave Ramsey, Jackson-Madison County Schools Game of the Week, UT Ball Sports, and the Memphis Grizzlies. Local, live, News Talk West Tennessee and NewsTalk965.com. Hear it first on News Talk 96.5 FM. We might be talking about you.
When you need a heart expert, you need an expert with heart,
Corbin Cardiology is dedicated to providing the highest quality cardiovascular care in West Tennessee. At Corbin Cardiology, our patient-centered approach, along with a full array of diagnostic imaging services, sets us apart from other cardiovascular clinics. Corbin Cardiology has clinics in Bartlett, Dyersburg, Lexington, and the newest location is now open in Jackson at 58 Murray Guard Drive. To schedule an appointment in office or by telemedicine, visit CorbinCardiology.com
or call 731-513-5701.
Looking to add a little spice to your love life?
Nothing adds spice like gunpowder.
Jackson's only indoor shooting range, date night at the range. Here's what you lovebirds get. A shooting lane for two targets, 100 rounds of ammo, eye and ear protection, and a $30 gift certificate to Texas Roadhouse. All for just $99.99.
Now that's firepower.
Perfect for a gift card from the range. The Range, 2310 North Highland Avenue in Jackson.
Go to therange.com.
Hey y'all, Lolo here with an event you do not want to miss. This year's Carl Perkins Center Blue Suede Dinner and Auction will feature an electrifying musical evening with the greatest piano men, all the way from New York City. Also, enjoy bidding on a fantastic array of auction items, such as trips, jewelry, and sports events, all to raise money to help children and families across West Tennessee. Tables are going fast, so don't wait. Call 731-668-4000.
Welcome to Hampton Inn and Suites of Jackson. Make yourself at home in any of the 83 rooms or suites. Hampton Inn and Suites exit 83 at I-40 is minutes away from all Jackson destinations like the West Tennessee Healthcare Sportsplex, Casey Jones Village, Jackson Madison County General Hospital, and many industrial complexes. Enjoy free Wi-Fi, free parking, and free hot breakfast. Also a 24-hour fitness and business center. Welcome to West Tennessee. Make your reservations now by calling direct at 731-427-6100 or visit hampton.com.
My name is Steven and I'm 41 years old. I started having problems with my weight, my focus, my energy all around. I spent thousands of dollars a year on supplements trying to get my weight down, and it never worked.
Are these problems affecting your work, your relationships, and your quality of life? You'll be happy to know there is an exciting natural solution available called BioT. BioT uses a natural way for men and women to correct these problems by safely and accurately balancing hormone levels without the use of synthetic injections or creams.
I got the treatment, and it has been the best decision of my life. I feel great. I'm losing weight. I have more energy. I'm getting stronger in the gym, and I can focus so much better. And I notice that I also sleep better, and I'm always in a good mood. And I believe it's all because of the BioT treatment.
To schedule an appointment to find out if BioTE is right for you, call 731-462-3596. That's 731-462-3596.
Hi, we're the Goo Goo Dolls. We're fortunate that our daughters have what they need to grow and learn. But that isn't the case for nearly 13 million kids in the U.S. that struggle with hunger.
Childhood hunger is a heartbreaking reality that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste and provides it to families and children in need.
You can help kids in need in your community by visiting feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Well, I thought you might want to put it on the screen if he's on the phone.
Depends on how big the midget is.
3'8".
Get all the latest news, talk, weather, and sports. NewsTalkWTN.com and 96.5 FM.
.39, it's Dave Parker past the hour. The Cobra. All-star right fielder for the Pittsburgh Pirates. My name is Dan Reeves, along with Gina Langley. Larry Newman is on timeouts. He's having to sit over to... Larry, knock it off out there, would you?
He's out of control.
And he's destroying a sack of donuts. And then I think it's called... Folks, if you ever get bored, just watch him eat donuts. And then Casey Gold is here. Hi, Casey.
How are you, Bubba?
You might want to go ahead and knock that off. Before you wake up in an emergency room saying y'all quit.
We have a guest.
Casey, it was only one person.
Today.
Yeah, the adults in the room now.
Yes.
Acknowledge. Dr. Sean Evans.
Welcome.
Political science professor, Union University. Doctor, how are you, sir?
I'm well. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you in here. Now, you have to get right up on that microphone. I'm peeping through here. Now, you're on camera.
All right.
Yes, so just look at that camera right there and pretend it's me.
Okay. Well, I'll try to keep my eyes open, though.
Not you, Doc. Not you. It's
You see, they're already having an influence on me.
yeah. See, I do. You can do it like this to try to,
All right.
Okay. Got a question concerning political correctness, and
It's a big question.
it's
not that big.
it's not. So Casey Gold is he's been a promoter extraordinaire for professional wrestling for a number of years. He's got a friend of his that's a midget. Goes by the name, wrestles under the name Trixie.
Blix.
Yeah, that's him. And Trixie, that's
That's a stripper name, actually.
yeah,
Isn't that a
right.
stripper
I used to
name?
date her. It was only through college, and so he told he told Casey that because did you call him a little guy, or and he said, listen, if you don't.
A little person.
I asked him because the question had been raised by Gina that calling them midgets was not allowed. They need to be called little people, and I asked them which one they would rather be called.
So Casey very politely, conscientiously, and he's a super empath. This way he's referred to in the psychological world. You wouldn't know. And then so that's why he asked him, and he said, if you don't call me a midget, I'll be insulted if you don't. So what I told Gina was, if the midget's not this, I shouldn't say, but he'd be insulted if I wouldn't say that, right?
Right.
And his name is Dixie?
No, that's
Trixie,
that's your ex-stripper
It's a stripper
girlfriend.
Don't say it in a doctor, please. And so
It's Blix.
Blix. He's not insulted by it. In fact, he prefers it. With that being the case, it's a legitimate question that's more than just this subject matter. Gina doesn't have the right to be offended if the man that's called that prefers to be called that. Would you agree with it?
Well, this is not what I was expecting to have a question about.
Don't leave.
Sit down, please don't leave.
So, all right. So, I guess this is what I'd say. In terms of the individual, if he is fine with that, then I think referring to him in that way is fine. But in a larger sense, I think the preferred term is little people.
But not for him.
And we should probably be respectful.
I agree.
Oh, now he agrees. Yeah,
No,
'cause
no.
the professor said it. So.
But in this, what he said was, they were both right in a sense, that in this particular situation, that's what he prefers, so we'll call him that. But
on the air?
But someone else may not like that, and we should respect it. Doc, that's why he's here, and that's why Larry's not, for example. But that's right, Doc.
Thank you for
Thank you.
answering this just puzzling question.
While we have the adult in the room, let's
Also, can I say that we were talking about this in the context of wrestling?
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I
Gina
was-
took it to a different atmosphere.
I was trying to be
stratosphere.
politically correct, which that never happens in this studio.
Never.
And it never happens in wrestling.
We live in America, and it's America. That's why we love America. You can insult anybody whenever you feel like.
Exactly.
The First Amendment. No, of course I kid, somewhat. Dr. Sean Evans, political science professor. Have you been following this legislation concerning transgenders in Tennessee? There's 1/6 of 1% of Tennesseans identify as trans, and now photos have emerged of Governor Lee in high school annual.
In a drag
And
show.
Gina, no, he's not. It was a womanless beauty review in high school, and that's being plastered all over everything in Tennessee now. To me, it doesn't seem quite fair to Governor Lee, whether you agree with the legislation or not. What do you think?
Okay, I think there's two different bills you're
That's right.
you're talking about. One is to ban drag shows on public property, and I think that's passed both the House and Senate, and Governor Lee has indicated that he is going to sign that bill. The other one, in terms of transgender, is supposed to limit transgender surgery and treatment for minors.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, now that one, I read years ago. I don't have stumbled across it, but apparently, the story I read, and we're coming right to the phone lines, got a full bank call standing by. That's Jamie Lee Curtis, actress, was born with both male and female. And Tony Curtis, her father and her mother, had to make a choice. And this happens with parents. And I read about the impact it has on parents, because sometimes the choice that they make may not be, the child may not be right for the child, but they've got to make it at that certain point, because those years are so important to the kid, and how this impacts the parents have to make a decision like this. And so it seems to me that this is none of the government's business to tell the parents what to do in this case. I mean, that occurs to me, and maybe I wouldn't feel this way had I not read about that years ago. What do you think?
Okay, well, I think in the case of Jamie Lee Curtis, we're talking about someone who was born intersex, which is a much smaller number of people, versus what we see going on here are people who were born male or female but yet identify with the other gender. And so I think that they are two separate situations. Now, I think the concern that has been made about the idea of providing treatment for minors is that if we look at the studies, that it's about 88 to 98% of people who claim who claim the opposite gender of the sex that they were born are going to revert back to their to the gender associated with the sex that they were born with. So the concern is
they come back home, in other words, right?
Yeah. So, in that respect. So the idea is that we are potentially performing treatment or giving drugs to people who we do not know what the long-term impact of that is. And two, there is a reason that we allow parents to make certain decisions about their children.
Exactly.
Because they do not have the reasoning capacity of an adult. And the question is, are they doing this because they really feel that way? Is this a passing fancy or what? And so I think the idea behind this is that if you are an adult and you want to do this, then that is your choice. But when we are looking at kids, the idea is we want to be a little more careful with those situations.
I agree completely.
But so you're okay with the government stepping in that case, in making that decision, or blocking the parents from making that decision?
Well, part of the problem at times is, depending on what we're looking at, is do the parents know what is going on?
I think that question would be, do the politicians who do not live with those children, do not know those children whatsoever, know what's going on?
Well, and
I think the parents would be in a better position to know them. I'm not saying you're wrong. This is some of the pushback I've been hearing.
And I understand that point of view. But the question is still, is the child the one who knows enough about what is going on to where they should be making that decision with or without their parents?
Jury's in on that one. That's a no. They should not, because I've seen the parents yelling and screaming at a ball game and the left fielders chasing a butterfly. So many times these kids can't find their butt with both hands. So no.
And a flashlight.
And both hands and a flashlight. But so, yeah. Absolutely, I agree with you, Doc. But I'm not sure politicians in many cases are even looking for the butt with both hands and a flashlight. They're looking for many times, and this is not in particular against with Tennessee. It's in a general statement. The populism scares me. Catering to the loudest voices out there, I think, because we're talking about 1/6 of 1% of Tennesseans this will affect. And we have a childhood obesity epidemic. They don't seem to mind about that, which is put in our country. This is the greatest threat to the United States of America. And Tennessee is the fattest state in the nation, which would have us the fattest people on planet Earth, because America is the fattest people on Earth. And I don't mean that to try to body shame, but we're going to ignore it? Are we going to? Because it is the number one threat to the security of the United States of America is our health, and we have a childhood obesity epidemic. But when Michelle Obama suggested a healthy diet, you'd have thought she suggested we flip the switch and go communist.
Right. So I guess my response is we can do more than one thing at once. And so there are people who are concerned about the impact that for example, transgender transitions, hormone therapies, and other things, that this has an impact on kids. So can we deal with that on one level? Yes. Does this mean that we can also deal with other issues? I think part of the thing I would also say with this is this bill is getting the attention because people are making a big deal about it when there are also hundreds of other bills that the state legislature is dealing with. And so is this the number one concern of people in the state? I guess no, but I think the government is also pursuing other things. You saw where Governor Lee invested $1 billion more in education last year. You see where he's putting, I think, another $1 billion into roads into the state this year. So while we may think some things are more important than others, what I also say is let's not let one or two bills make us think that's all the state legislature is dealing with.
Dr. Sean Evans, I'm about tired of you wearing me out with logic. I tell you that. Let's go to the phone lines, and you'll be up next with us here. Dr. Sean Evans, our guest, political science professor at Union University. You're on the air. Go.
Hello.
Hello there.
When the news, radio, and other television are talking about one story, and it's really, really ridiculous, look for the important stories that they're trying to cover up and hide, you know.
There may be something to that. Do you think the Chinese balloons were really Chinese balloons, or do you think they were shiny things? Do you think they were the status quo with the laser lights, and were the cats chasing the laser light, Doc?
Yeah, the Chinese balloon story was an overblown issue for the simple fact of...
Was that pun intended?
Well, no, but I actually was punny there. So with that, yeah, I mean, the whole idea is that China is spying on us all of the time with satellites, and we're making a big deal about a balloon.
And I tell you this, Doc, that's a great point. You know, the stinking Chinese, they have made it up to number 2 when it comes to spying on Americans, well behind the United States government spying on Americans. So, but one country, we gladly said, hey, please. I remember I was doing this show back after 9/11 when Homeland Security came in to save us all. They said, we need to listen to your phone calls, we need to read your emails, and so on and so forth. And we said, please. And I remember on the air saying, we were warned, if you give up freedom in the name of security, then you get neither one. And we handed it over on a silver platter, and I'll be darned, there were no weapons of mass destruction. But boy, it seemed like it when Condoleezza Rice ran out there and said, it could come in the form of a mushroom cloud. And she still gets her mug on the camera I don't understand this country. Blatantly lying. And then, of course, so Colin Powell did the same thing. The entire administration. And apparently that's okay. And we gave up so much for absolutely nothing. Could you tell that that's a sore spot with me? Or?
Yeah, a little bit there. Okay, a couple of things I would say to that. One is you're talking about the prison program run by the NSA. That looked at phone calls and emails going from people outside the country coming in and then some going out. The thing with that is that program was repealed and limits were placed on what the NSA can do once that was found out. Now, you may say, what kind of safeguards are there, but there are some placed there. In terms of the lying bit, I'll push back on this. At the time that they said that, the consensus among every major intelligence agency around the world was that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction.
Only, but let me put a little bit of a rebuttal. Scooter Libby, I know that name rings a bell. He was Dick Cheney's right-hand man. Mm-hmm. After Dick Cheney called in Joe Wilson, asked him to go down to Africa to bring back evidence that Saddam Hussein was purchasing yellow cake to purchase nuclear weapons. Because Joe, that was his area, as you know. That's why they sent him down there. He was retired. His wife, Valerie Plame, a double agent. How do I know that? Because Scooter Libby, Dick Cheney's right-hand man, outed her from the orders of Dick Cheney, the desk of the vice presidents. So why did he out her? It was punishment for Joe Wilson because he did his homework. He went down. He combed the area. He came back and told the vice president, Dick Cheney, hey, he's not buying yellow cake. There is no evidence of that. In fact, after the original Gulf War, Saddam Hussein's army is more like a Boy Scout troop. They have nothing. And Dick Cheney said something along the lines of, I need you to walk out of the office, turn around, come back in, and tell me what I want to hear. And he wouldn't do it, and they outed his wife.
Okay, so I think there is, so when you say lie, I think that there is the idea that they know one thing and they intentionally say something else. I think that they had information to justify what they said at the time. If you want to critique them, and I think this is a justifiable critique, is they didn't do their homework well.
But war should be a last
and they
resource,
didn't look at
last
all.
option.
Yeah,
Right.
oh sure. I've got no problem with that. And so if you want to say that they did a poor job of that, I'm all for that. If you want to say they should be criticized for that, I believe that wholeheartedly. But I'm just not sure I would say that they lied. And I guess history is going to judge many members of the Bush administration poorly because of what they did there.
But how do you explain that? And Doc, I'm with you. I understand what you're saying because it's easy to rush to judgment. But Scooter Libby outed Valerie Plame, and he went to prison for that.
And by breaking the law, the process worked.
Well, he did that. It was vicarious redemption for Dick Cheney, because Scooter Libby didn't do that on his own. He worked for Dick Cheney, and Dick Cheney was very, pardon me, tell me, sorry, I just got under the desk. I thought we'd been hit by I thought Dick Cheney.
I thought thunderstorm,
I should think about this because Dick Cheney's still on planet Earth. I thought he just hit me with a J-dam. It's, how do you explain away that what Dick Cheney did is not intentionally misleading the American people, and by virtue of that, planet Earth?
Yeah. Well, I think you can hold Dick Cheney accountable for a lot of things. But with this, I think we have a problem that we see with a lot of politicians where they have ideas and they want to find evidence and data that confirms what they want to believe.
So a solution that doesn't have a problem attached to it, in other words, right?
Well, I think they thought that Saddam Hussein was a problem. I think the way they went about trying to resolve it, we now know in hindsight, they made some major mistakes.
A mistake is picking up the wrong suitcase at the airport. Sending innocent Americans to die based off of at best faulty information when a war should be the last resort is unforgivable, in my opinion, because the only thing that Pat Tillman and many other Americans had, and many innocent Iraqis had, the only thing they ever had and ever would have is their life.
Sure, I mean, and I understand the point you're making, but let's also not forget that this was not a spur of the moment idea. So remember when we're looking at Iraq, that after the first war, they had agreed to a weapons inspection system, which they tried to cheat the entire time. Inspectors come up, they're barred from going in, and trucks move out the back.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, Doc, but that's true. But just tell us that, and let the American people decide based off of accurate information.
But my point with all this is that the problem with Iraq was a long-standing problem here, and so they had tried.
It wasn't a problem when
he
was our boy.
Sure,
he used to work for us, you know.
Right, but that goes back to the 1970s. Our problems with
1980s
with Iran.
Yeah, we funded Iraq in the Iran-Iraq War.
Yeah, well, that's part of a foreign policy that sometimes says the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and so I think we saw, whether rightly or wrongly, that Iran was a major threat in the Middle East, and Iraq was a balancing against them, so we empowered them so that they could keep Iran in check. And short term that worked, long term it had problems because Saddam Hussein used chemical weapons against Sunnis, Kurds, and he became a pariah before that. Since he had used them in the past, there was concerns that he would use them in the future. Now, I think, once again, the connections between Saddam Hussein and the Islamic terrorists were slim, and you can criticize the Bush administration for that.
By slim, you mean there was no connection because Saddam Hussein hated them, and they hate Saddam Hussein, then I agree with you. And the Prince of Saudi Arabia sitting on the balcony, the Truman balcony, smoking a cigar with George W. Bush was a sin to me. Saudi Arabia, 17 of the hijackers were Saudi Arabian. Saudi Arabia for years have led the world in funding terrorism, but our politicians sold half our country to Saudi Arabia. And so instead of their country being bombarded with shock and awe, the prince gets to sit on the balcony and smoke a cigar with the President of the United States. Where am I wrong?
Well, first of all, I don't think he sold the country or half the country to Saudi Arabia. So were the hijackers, for a bunch of them, Saudis? Yes. Do the Saudis fund a good deal of, well, they funded Wahhabi mosques and things, which were a fundamentalist strain, which contributed to this. So I think we can be critical of the Bush administration for the decisions that they have made. I think you can also look at this from a larger perspective and say, okay, they felt that Iran was a big threat because they were the biggest sponsor of state terrorism around the world, and we need to do ways to constrain them. And one way is to work with those who do not like Iran to accomplish that. The question is there a better way that we could have done it?
Dr. Sean Evans, I tell you, I love chatting with you. I will play devil's advocate in a heartbeat. This man shines like a shine on you, crazy diamond. And yes, playing the devil's advocate is somewhat risky, but it's pro bono. I'm not getting paid. Let me tell you that.
Hey, I play devil's advocate with my students all of the time. So.
Thank you, Dr. Sean Evans. Red's your color, by the way. Did your wife, does she want you wearing red? Did she ever say that to you?
Yes.
The guy looks nice in red.
It's my favorite color.
Yeah,
period.
looks great on you. What time is United Way coming in? You're still waiting on someone,
we're
right?
Waiting on, we're waiting on someone.
I'm not waiting on a lady. I'm just waiting on a friend.
We're waiting on a lady.
Dr. Sean Evans is here. My name's Dan Reeves, Dr. Casey Gold, and Dr. Gina Langley. In the house, there ain't no doubt. And by the way,
not a doctor.
My homie Casey is a doctor, not a lawyer, dope MC employer, ruthless, and that's my label. Get the money, the women, while you cold bus a fat table, boy. Master Rhyme is a toy. Okay.
What is he talking about? Do you have
I'm
any
quoting
idea?
the late, great Eazy-E. Eric Wright. Go to therange.com, go to therange.com. No firearms license required, of course, here in the state of Tennessee. Therefore, the range is certainly not going to require a firearm license. Just logic. You got to go somewhere? Can you relax just a second? We don't like TV here.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Well, I was going to invite our guests to come on in.
you see Brad Pitt saying, hey, look, I got to go. I know we're filming a movie here. But and I know you got to have some questions for Doc. No membership required at the range. Gina, you were there with John just the other day.
Yes.
Date night at the range.
John and Gina's date night at the range. It was wonderful.
It's very romantic.
It is.
And listen, Yankees, we're from the South. We love our guns.
We do.
Really do. I spoon with mine and watch TV. When it snows, I use it to clear the sidewalk. I love it. Now, the HOA filed a complaint, but if you're looking for a different type of date night, a lane for two targets, 100 rounds of 9mm ammo, iron ear protection, and a $30 gift card to Texas Roadhouse, all for $99.99.
Yes.
You cannot go on a date for that.
And the folks up there are just fabulous.
They are.
Very safe, wonderful environment to get more comfortable with, a firearm for self-defense, for, whatever you deem appropriate.
Absolutely. I tell you this, my man Casey, he's from Trenton. He drives around with anti-aircraft fire in the trunk of his car.
Absolutely.
He's a well-armed surface to air missiles. By the way, you'll be stopped as soon as you pull out of here today. ATF, can we speak with you, Mr. Gold?
Nothing in the car.
You got off that horse quickly, did you? The Range is a licensed dealer as well. They buy and sell firearms on consignment. A great way to sell your gun, put it out in front of people that are there looking to buy a gun. Who'd have thunk it, That's why I love Chip Holland. He's so logical. And the Range store, located inside the Range, they're stocked with merchandise, apparel, firearm gadgets, gift certificates, and even coffee, Black Rifle coffee. All this at the Range. The address is 2310 North Highland, Jackson. The website, go to therange.com, go to therange.com. And if you went to the Dan Reeves Show or Chuck Walker, you get a free sidearm carry safety course. And those are fantastic. $45 value free. If it's free, I'll take 3. We'll be right back.
This is WBFG 96.5 FM. 96.5 FM. Parker's Crossroads, Jackson.
Yeah. Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. In an interview for Fox News, FBI Director Christopher Wray strongly suggests that a leak from a Wuhan lab is responsible for the worldwide COVID outbreak. Wray says the FBI has experts who focus on the potential dangers of biological threats like the pandemic virus from terrorists or otherwise.
So here you're talking about a potential leak from a Chinese government-controlled lab that killed millions of Americans, and that's precisely what that capability was designed for. I should add that our work related to this continues, and there are not a whole lot of details I can share that aren't classified.
Many scientists believe the virus jumped from animals to humans, possibly at a market in the Chinese city of Wuhan. TikTok is setting new default time limits for minors.
In the coming weeks, TikTok says every account held by a user under 18 will have a default 60-minute daily screen time limit. Families have struggled with limiting the amount of time their kids spend on the video sharing app. According to the Pew Research Center, about 2/3 of American teens use TikTok. A report released late last year suggests TikTok's algorithms are promoting videos about self-harm and eating disorders to vulnerable teens. Instagram has faced similar accusations. The changes arrive at a time of growing concerns among different governments about TikTok's security. The update also mirrors gaming rules imposed on minors in China, where TikTok is based. I'm Ed Donahue.
Public access to most buildings at Michigan State University will be restricted at night starting March the 13th. It's one in a series of security steps in response to shootings that killed 3 students and injured 5 more. On Wall Street, a mixed day as the Dow was up by 5, the Nasdaq dropped 76. More on these stories at townhall.com.
And it's Prager here. Sue and I mean it. Dogs are part of our family. We love Otto and Snoopy so much. There's nothing quite like their loyal companionship. So we provide them with Rough Greens. In fact, I just talked to my wife about it because we want them to be healthy and we want them to be with us as long as possible. That's true. I know Sebastian Gorka feels the same way.
The Pragers and I couldn't agree more. Our pups, Killian and Leia, rely on us to provide what's best for them. And naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black has packed Rough Greens full of vitamins, minerals, digestive enzymes, omega oils, and more that supplement their food in a way that has shown us great results. Trying out Rough Greens is an easy yes, recommended by me, Dr. G.
Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black here, and I'm so proud that the Pragers and Sebastian Gorka have entrusted their dog's health to Rough Greens. I'm so confident that Rough Greens can help your dog, I'm offering you a free Jumpstart trial bag. Just cover the shipping. Yes, your dog's food is dead food, but you can bring it back to life with Rough Greens. Go to ruffgreens.com.
Republicans are pushing back against the Biden administration's proposed rule allowing 401k fund managers to invest in companies based on so-called ESG standards. Correspondent Bob Agnew reports from Capitol Hill.
Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell says putting environmental, social, and governance standards above returns amounts to what he calls a radical new policy
that would help liberals use Americans' very own retirement savings as financial muscle for political causes they may not even support.
Republican bills in both the House and Senate would demand fund managers fulfill their fiduciary responsibility to focus only on maximum returns for investors. Bob Agnew, Capitol Hill.
Arguments were heard yesterday over President Biden's student loan forgiveness program at the Supreme Court. A ruling from the justices is expected sometime in June. News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters reporting. A possible big hike on electric bills for North Carolina.
A Duke Energy Corporation subsidiary has asked state regulators to let them raise residential rates by 16.6% in the coming months, largely to recover their fuel costs, particularly natural gas. Duke Energy Carolinas serves customers in western and central North Carolina, including Charlotte, Durham, and the Triad. Its annual fuel filing with the State Utilities Commission also would raise industrial and commercial rates by double-digit percentages as well. John Scott reports.
Officials in Florida are keeping a watchful eye on a train car carrying 30,000 gallons of propane that tipped over in a derailment along the Gulf Coast. The Seminole Gulf Railway train derailed Tuesday in an industrial area near Sarasota-Bradenton International Airport. Of the 6 cars that tipped over, 5 contained sheetrock. More at townhall.com.
Not too expensive, nothing too fancy, just an authentic Italian family recipe served up piping hot, just like a pizza pie should be. Locally owned and operated Carico's Pizza, home of the $8 lunch special. 2 slices and a drink for just $8. Buy the slice or the 28-inch monster. Perfect for the bowl game. Carico's Pizza, 1370 Union University Drive. For catering, call 731-240-1033. For the full menu, visit caricospizza.com.
Is your office or home office in need of a new printer, copier, fax, or multifunction machine? Do you need business cards, envelopes, or office supplies? Are you looking to upgrade to new office furniture? Office World Incorporated in Trenton has been serving all of the Gibson County and the West Tennessee area for over 65 years. Office World is a franchise partner of OfficeZilla. Call today, 731-855-9131, or email officeworldinc@gmail.com.
Looking to add a little spice to your love life?
Nothing adds spice like gunpowder.
Jackson's only indoor shooting range, date night at the range. Here's what you lovebirds get: a shooting lane for two targets, 100 rounds of ammo, eye and ear protection, and a $30 gift certificate to Texas Roadhouse. All for just $99.99.
Now that's firepower.
Perfect for a gift card from the range. The Range, 2310 North Highland Avenue in Jackson.
Go to therange.com.
Award-winning Watson's Cleaning Service specializes in commercial and residential cleaning. Watson's cleans huge commercial buildings. West Tennessee Agriculture and Education Center, the Federal Court Building in downtown Jackson. Watson's also specializes in residential cleaning services, stripping and waxing floors, buffing, pulling trash, sweeping and mopping, vacuuming, household cleaning, baseboards, walls, dishes, dusting and organizing. Call 731-293-3808. Family owned and operated Watson's Cleaning Services. 293-3808.
Hi, my name's Dawn. I have been taking BioT at Advanced Medical. My moods are better. I sleep well. My husband has complimented me on the mood swings that are no longer affecting our marriage.
Are these problems affecting your work, your relationships, and your quality of life? You'll be happy to know there's an exciting, natural solution available called BioT. BioT uses a natural way for men and women to correct these problems by safely and accurately balancing hormone levels without the use of synthetic injections or cream.
I got blood work done, and they identified what hormones were out of balance. They gave me the bioidentical hormone pellets through BioT, and now I have more energy, no more brain fog, I'm sleeping better, and I feel like my old self again. I would recommend Advanced Rehab and Medical and their BioT program to anyone suffering with symptoms like mine. It's been life-changing.
To book your appointment, call 731-462-8580. That's 731-462-8580.
96.5 FM. Home of the Dan Reeves Show.
Weekday afternoons, 3 till 6.
Good. It is Wednesday. Good. We did get that confirmed. Yes, we get that confirmed. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Good. Wednesday afternoon. It's Peyton Manning past the hour. 5:18. 71 degrees. Yes, I know it's only March 1st, but welcome.
Spring.
We are now classified as subtropical. The climate, and I'm not kidding you, I've got a palm tree in my backyard, Doc.
He likes to talk about that.
Impressive. Thank you so much. I thought so too. And there was a manatee spotted in the Mississippi River, right? In Memphis.
He likes to talk about that too.
You see, I'm coming on this show and I'm being informed. I never knew about the manatees in the Mississippi. The Mississippi manatee.
Exactly. He's about to circle and start talking about himself again too.
No, I'm saving that so where well, I can go uninterrupted. That's, no, there's no kidding about that. A couple of years ago, downtown Memphis, there was a manatee seriously spotted in the Mississippi River. Matt Marshall is the president and CEO of the United Way. You remember that, Matt?
I do not remember that, but I'm gonna trust you on it.
I'm not sure that'd be a good idea, but
Don't do that.
Believe what you said. I could be wrong. It could be that people saw what they thought was a merman, because maybe Dan Reeves jumped in the river and was swimming.
Yeah, Matt, that's possible. JT, we're kind of busy. If you should, no, I'm kidding you. Come on, JT.
This is my son. This is my 17-year-old.
I don't know this man. Security?
John Thomas Langley Jr. He's coming to get my debit card.
Your nephew was in it. I've already got it. And they've already sent her. She may not have got it yet, but they're calling her for a fraud alert. I would wait.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I know. What? Just hand it to him for crying out loud.
I'll be right back.
When you lose control. Way to go, JT. You could have waited at the top of the hour. These kids today, I tell you, kids say the darndest thing. Stowing him out here, please, security. No, there was a manatee in the Mississippi River, and there's alligators now in West Tennessee.
I believe that.
And I'm not talking about the bar at the Holiday Inn after midnight. I'm talking about real alligators.
You're not talking about the ones that were dropped in the toilet and flushed.
No, it's
real.
And of course, Matt, are you from West Tennessee originally? You are, I think. Are you?
Born and raised 7 generations.
Wow. Okay. You recall the days that there were no armadillos in West Tennessee, right? Only in Texas. We go down there was armadillos.
We only have possums.
That's right. Possums. I think the difference between a possum and an armadillos are college educated, and they made enough money where they could buy some armor. Now they're all over West Tennessee.
Everywhere.
At one time, we're now classified as part of Killer Tornado Alley. The weather's changing is what I'm saying now.
You're not going to get into politics, are you?
This man here, Dr. Sean Evans, is a political science professor. Union University. Have I demoted you or promoted you? What's your official title?
No, that's right. You've got me. But hey, we've got Matt here, a union grad who's doing some great things with the United Way.
I'm a twice union grad.
What? Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So I've known him a long time.
You look great on camera, by the way. Very photogenic.
The mic's covering up half my face. So.
I'm sort of saying you never look better. And
it's a hard room to work.
Matt Marshall, President and CEO of United Way of West Tennessee.
Yep.
So that means, I think, that you cover every county outside of Shelby?
Almost. So we have 15 counties. So the only counties that we don't cover in West Tennessee are Obion and Benton, because they both have their own small United Ways. And then, as you mentioned, Shelby County, Tipton, Lauderdale, and Fayette. But everything else is United Way of West Tennessee territory.
That's awesome. Hi, Gina.
Hi, I had to get John Thomas straightened out for Courtney's birthday party, so I'm back now.
Oh, it's a surprise party, too, so
no, it's not surprise. We just can't cook out because of the weather. But anyway,
Courtney,
have we talked about the lotion yet?
Courtney, if they loved you, they would go ahead and power through it. They're not going to do it. They didn't want to do it anyway. But no, Courtney, I'm kidding. I've known Courtney. Courtney's how old?
She's 28 today.
28. You're her mother. You should know.
She's 28. Yeah. Wow.
See what happens? John?
It's just hard to believe, right?
It's shocking. She's my youngest daughter. Yeah.
I tossed her off of a boulder at Del Hollow Lake.
A cliff.
I don't know that you're supposed to be confessing that on the air.
Well, her mother was a witness. She said, "Throw her, please." And
I did, actually.
We were all up there. We spent a week up at Del Hollow. You've been up there, man. Del Hollow.
Yeah.
Have you been there, Doc?
No.
It is gorgeous.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, we had a great time that week. And
she was little.
Courtney was like 6, maybe. Yeah. And she had floaties on. Everyone else had jumped off this boulder into the water. And I think most of them that were with us survived it. And I thought, well, maybe she should be okay. I wasn't sure.
Well, she was very hesitant, and we're like, jump, and she just wouldn't. And finally, Danny just picked her up and threw her in.
I picked her up and threw her in. And she screamed all the way down, hit the water. And I thought, geez, if she's not okay, Gina will kill me. And
then she
came up and said, I want to do it again.
She did probably 20 times.
Yeah. And she's 28 years old today.
Yeah, happy
and
birthday,
she is
Courtney.
gorgeous.
Awesome.
Just gorgeous.
Happy birthday. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. You look like a million, but you can't be that old. She's 28. What is that? Matt Marshall, President and CEO of United Way, with us. And we're going to get right to him. But first, let's take a look at the weather because wicked this way weather.
Here,
What is
let me
it?
do it. Something wicked this way comes.
That's exactly what I was saying. Only I went about it different. Okay, and because we essentially, if it's a category with the weather, we have a watch for West Tennessee. Taking it closer, we have a Doppler. We don't like to brag, but we do.
It's a big Doppler.
It is, and it's color coded. I don't have time to go over what all the colors mean, but it's radio and TV. We're under a tornado watch. Seriously, that kicked in this afternoon at 3:30. Runs through tomorrow morning. Actually, the tornado watch runs through 10 o'clock this evening. There is an aerial flood watch from now until 6 p.m. Friday. Lightning alert right now through 5:55 p.m. We get some lightning in the area. The daily precipitation lookout is 5 p.m. It's already kicked in, of course, and until 2 o'clock tomorrow morning. Severe storm risk from now until 6 a.m. tomorrow morning as well. There's also, this is all strange, but a pollen alert.
On March the 1st.
Yep, it runs through midnight tonight. So there you go, and taking a look at the Doppler weather radar. There is some heavy stuff back in Memphis, pushing this way, moving northeast. It's traveling up I-40 essentially, but right now Shelby County being hammered by a severe thunderstorm, and there's plenty behind that.
Puxatawny Phil is an idiot.
Yes, he is. Gina?
I cannot stand that rodent.
Can't that be politically incorrect? And it's so we expect tonight will dip down to 57 degrees. Right now it's 71 degrees. Tomorrow the high 65, the low 60. Friday, by the way, tomorrow thunderstorms as well. Friday there's a 70% chance of thunder showers. The high of 64. We dip down to 39 degrees Friday night.
Oh my goodness.
But here's the difference. It's not unusual to get a day or two of warm weather this time of year, but then the bottom falls out and it stays cold for a while. Not this year. The temps recover. Saturday, 59 the high. We're down to 39 Saturday night. But Sunday, we hit 70 under sunny skies. Monday, 75 and 60 the overnight low.
The mosquitoes are going to be like pterodactyls this year.
Yeah, they can stand flat-footed and kiss a turkey.
Thank you.
Those are some big guys that come pulling up in a brand new 92 Oldsmobile. Well, United Way's done some terrific work through the years.
Yes, they have.
And Matt Marshall, President and CEO of United Way of West Tennessee, it's a pleasure to have you here. And in particular, let's talk about what's coming up next. And then I'd like to talk with you about, for a minute, what's in general, what United Way does.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're really excited, glad to be here today, and thanks to have the opportunity to come back. And, so we're here to talk about First Ladies Luncheon. It's our premier event every year. It's the largest fundraiser we put on every year.
Whoa, now.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. It's a luncheon.
I'm going. Yeah.
Are you going?
Oh yeah. I'm very excited.
Is it for First Ladies only?
It is the premier Women United event.
It's for premier women, Dan.
That's
So
right.
Christina and I are going.
Meaning it's the first one?
It is actually our 10th anniversary of our First Ladies Luncheon. It's the very first one we had.
Well,
there you go.
So
normally Anita K. Archer would be with me.
And we
this afternoon.
are kind of looking for her a little bit.
Yeah, maybe she'll pop in.
I love Anita K. Archer, I tell you. Now,
Go ahead.
hope she didn't go downtown, but
Oops.
yeah, is this a case of like what Trimmers used to do? They'd have a ladies' night on Thursday to draw the guys there.
I wish.
Is it ladies only?
It is not ladies only. Let me be very clear about that. It is not ladies only. I would love for some more men to join me at this event every year. So Dan, I can save a seat just for you.
I tell you, I would love to. So, when is it?
It is on April 13th. That's a Thursday. But we're doing
What time?
something. It starts. The previews start at 11. And so let me explain a little bit. So what's so special about First Ladies Luncheon is that it is a tablescape event. And so the women show up typically a day before, a couple of days before, and they do these incredible tablescapes.
So exciting.
Like you've never seen.
Let me ask you something. Keep in mind, Dr. Sean Evans and I are football fans. What's a tablescape?
I'm a football fan, and tablescape, you pick out an aesthetic, and then you would
What's an
decorate.
aesthetic?
See what I'm working here? You see what I'm working
Decoration.
here?
I got you.
So pick a theme, okay? So kind of bringing it down a little bit so Dan can
I'm asking for a
understand.
friend.
And decorate the table. Are they judged? Are there different prizes? Or this is just
There's no judging of the tables, nothing like that. We don't rank them or any of those types of things. But everyone has full creativity to use whatever things they want, and it is absolutely incredible what you see. And some of the centerpieces are, I kid you not, 4, 5, 6 feet tall.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
And so
I
it's
cannot wait.
phenomenal. And so they'll come in a couple of days early typically and start on those. What's unique about this 10th anniversary is that we're actually doing an evening preview, which is something we've never done before. And so there's a lot of individuals who, they can't get off for work during the middle of the day to attend. And so we're doing now an evening preview that night before on the 12th. And we're partnering with Ballet Arts and Jackson Symphony, Cast Entertainment.
Dude, the night before.
And look, and we're gonna have some drinks, and we're gonna have some,
some symphony music?
some cheese and all that, cheese and wine. It's gonna be great.
Wine and cheese.
That's right.
The last time I recall Gina and one of my ex-girlfriends having wine and cheese, I
was a
called over
tornado.
there. No kidding. Doc and Matt called over there, and I said, "Are you guys okay?" And the response from Kelly was, "Sure, what do you mean?" I'm like, "There was a tornado
that went over
that
our house, literally.
That was right in that area." And Kelly says, that must be why our ears were popping.
We were drinking wine.
I said, walk out the stinking door and look around. She was like, oh my. Like a bomb went off. And then, no kidding, it skipped over the house.
Worry about that.
Yeah,
Whatever. Oh, wine and cheese. Wine and cheese.
I've been through that.
Yeah,
do that with unions.
but Matt, the reason I brought that up was they were wearing a beer helmet with wine in it.
Oh, Whitney, we haven't known each other long, but that's not true.
By the way, I was there. Were you guys there that night the tornado took the dorms down? I was at.
I was in Windchase subdivision, pretty close.
Well, I tell
We
you,
got a new roof.
the silver lining for you, huh? I was at the election commission covering the elections. Remember that night? And one of my friends that worked for the city said, "Hey, listen, tornado hit Union. You might want to get out there." So I was like, "Listen, I'm sheltering right now." No, I said, "No, I went right out there." And I remember pulling up, because at the time, I believe you could still pull into the Union driveway from the 45 bypass.
Right.
That was for maybe the 2001 tornado, but the 2008, no. That was already closed.
And the 8 was what knocked down
The dorms.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Okay.
mega damage.
February 5th.
That's right, February 5th.
Yeah, well, that's Super Tuesday. Yeah, and so I went right over there, and right out front, you guys remember there was a FedEx truck up in a tree.
Yeah. That was horrifying.
It was amazing what the things we saw that night, and then I'd say arguably really more than this morning, because that's
Oh, geez, I tell you.
damage.
So, I remember how I could not believe how quickly the rescue team got there and set up.
Yeah.
And when I first got there, guys, I said, there's going to be multiple fatalities here. And Dockery was there just digging through the wreckage. And Coach, the late great,
David Blackstock.
Blackstock, good gracious, my memory's going. And I'm
getting old.
Dude, I'm taking way too many Flintstone vitamins because they taste good. I eat them once, And so I've got an OD I'm OD and a vitamin D. And I just couldn't believe Coach Blackstock. Geez, I miss him. And it was remarkable. And Mulligan's, at the time, it was TJ Mulligan's before Mary bought it. They were a client of mine. They called and they said, "Hey, Dan, we heard a tornado hits Union. We were wondering if you could check on Mulligan's." I said, "Oh, I'm at Union right now. stay on the phone with me. I'll walk right across the street. So I started over to T.J. Mulligan's, and I thought, I don't know where it's at. There was nothing.
That frame of reference was gone. Yeah.
The landscape was wiped clean. I couldn't tell north, south, east, or west. Was that not amazing? It just blew me away.
Yeah, the grace of God that night on display over the course of that period of time was pretty phenomenal. And, I think you'd say as well that there were a lot of question marks about whether you can come back from that period of time. And so what Dr. Dockery really led all of us through over those next few months was remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, I was there on that night doing a political thing. I was watching the computer for the weather coming down. I heard the sound, told everyone to get back of the room, hit the lights, went out, and I checked around the sub-building, everyone's fine, but they started moving all the students over to the panic building in the long hallway. And to see the students respond, the way that they acted was amazing. Nursing students set up a Treon Center, grabbing stuff from the athletic department. The student services staff was there trying to help people. I mean, by the time I left that night, students were doing cheers. I mean, they were a very resilient bunch. And the community response to this was amazing. Dr. Dockery called and asked, hey, people come, take students into your home just for a day or so. People flocked there, faculty, staff, other people. That night, and it was pouring rain by the time they were doing it. And there were people who didn't just keep them for one night, but for the rest of the summer.
Because they were international students.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and I was there, and I was, my 20s at the time, and I told Coach Coach Blackstock, I'll be glad to. Said, where's the cheerleaders? And he said, you know what, Reeves, get out of here. So, and
my goodness,
trying to do my part, but
you had to go there.
But it really was. It really was. We don't want you to. We don't.
A segue there. Yeah.
Thank you.
Amazing. The way he makes that connection.
Doctor.
That's expert level, right? Yeah.
Dr. Sean Evans, finally, somebody in here with some sense that recognizes what I was. Thank you, sir.
Genius level, right? Genius level.
Well, Matt, thank you, Matt.
Because flattery will get you everywhere with Danny Reeves.
But look, in all seriousness,
it was something to see humanity.
It's going to be, a phenomenal event on the 13th.
I really am excited to go.
It's going to be a ton of fun. So, it's a great time for us ultimately to celebrate, the contributions that, phenomenal women made across our community.
Absolutely. And I tell you this, you can look throughout history, any country on planet Earth, where when women are empowered, it raises the floor.
Absolutely.
And so we're considering it.
Well, so we were,
oh my gosh, she said that out loud. See what I go through here? Do y'all see?
I see.
It is my cross to bear.
Can't even compliment a lady these days.
Last night, I was at the Boy Scouts event, and, it was a phenomenal event that Adrian Hackett and others put on last night. And so, just great. But one of the things that was said by their major awardee, who has been an incredible leader with the Boy Scouts here in the local community for decades. One of the things that he pointed out. So last night, what was unique about the Boy Scouts event is that they had their very first ever female Eagle Scout.
Oh, wow.
So, several years ago, Boy Scouts now allowed girls to participate. So the West Tennessee Council had its very first ever female Eagle Scout.
Well,
she's doing phenomenal.
Go us.
Good for her.
Yeah, it was awesome. So one of the things that the speaker kind of said was, the thing we have to remember is that you always had den moms with the Boy Scouts. That's been a thing for decades, And so those women have played those central roles.
Absolutely. Pinewood Derby had dominated. I don't mind telling you. You remember?
John Thomas did that.
Cub Scouts.
Pinewood Derby.
Pinewood Derby. I loved it.
John was all in on that.
John or JT?
Both of them.
It's a tradition. It's a family tradition. The I guess the tornado that hit in 03 hit downtown.
Yeah.
And Doctor, you and I rode. We have so much in common. Don't you agree? Essentially, two doctors talking shop. Would you agree? But
Something
we rode
like that. Yeah.
Look, he's backing out of that.
Do you two guys know each other?
Yeah.
He's terrific, isn't he?
Yeah.
And so are you, by the way.
I don't know about all that.
No,
He's waiting for you to say,
Matt,
so
you
are
do
you,
it.
Dan?
You too. Yeah, go ahead.
Look, you have the blue matching, blazer on today, sports jacket. Hey.
Yeah. Thank you. Cambridge Men's Store, 2150 North Highland.
Scotty.
It's a Bertolini and Taylor Fit. There's a seamstress on staff there as well. Family owned and operated.
Very nice guy.
Not next door.
Just saying. And Scotty and Jonathan, boy, it's fantastic over there, I tell you. So that tornado that hit in 03 downtown, Dr. Evans, it was on a Sunday. I think we were all together at a pool party on a Sunday. It was a gorgeous day. I think it was May. And I told Kelly, I said, listen, I've got to go prepare for the Cheap Seats anniversary show. It was a heavily produced show. And why is that funny?
That's funny. Heavily produced show, please.
I'm just giving it its due. And in fact, it won a Velvet Donkey Award.
I bet it did.
Well, don't make fun of the Velvet Donkey.
Oh, no, it's a government mule.
We had a Cheapskate of the Year award. You guys remember William Brantley?
Yeah.
Well, he was in the running for Weatherman of the Year, and he voted 77,000 times for him online. And he said he didn't do it, and I believe him. And
77,000 votes in Madison County.
That's impressive.
Don't underestimate. That's a mass audience. Don't belittle. We had a large audience, and so.
The only I have to say is Mayor Daley of Chicago is so jealous.
You know what I tell you? See, that's why in the Rodney Dangerfield, no respect around here at all. And so, Harold Carter, you know Harold,
Yep.
and he was on the air that Sunday when I came in, and I went in the production room. We just moved into a building downtown. It was maybe the oldest building downtown Jackson, right across from what was Cafe Lafayette. Okay, it was open as Cafe Lafayette at the time, and I knew there were weather warnings all day, watches. The weather, you had a feel that something was going on outside. Harold went to a break. I walked in the control room. I said, Harold, how's the radar look? He said, there's a tornado warning. They say it's in Meaden, headed this way, headed downtown. I said, oh, geez, I don't ever hit downtown. Oh, by the way, why aren't you on the air? And he said, yeah, back on the air. And I went to the production room. Harold, I love Harold. Put the headsets on, and we're on the third floor of a 3-story building. Oldest one in downtown Jackson.
Not where you want to be.
No, it's in fact when I was on the air with Bill Way one morning, and a motorcycle cranked up on the street. It sounded like it was in the studio. And Bill says, "Don't be alarmed, folks. That's just the general manager going on a sales call." and it felt like all of a sudden, Matt, that I was in a sandblaster, and I turned around to see who got in here and who's hit me with a sandblaster. It was the mortar, holding the bricks together, being blasted into me. I'm like, this is a problem. And
this is not good.
All the power goes out. Dark. Harold comes out of the studio. I came out of the production room. And I said, Harold, I think we're going to have to ride it out in the basement. He said, okay, young man. And so we headed down the back stairs. That building was so old you had to go out the door on the bottom floor, onto the sidewalk, hang a left, walk about 20 feet, then down to the basement. We get down, and I'm about to push the doors open, and poof, they blow open as bricks are falling on the sidewalk.
Oh, my gosh.
A second faster, and we'd have been wearing those bricks. Right. So I said, Harold, we got to write it out here, big guy. And I don't know. It was strange. I just kind of accepted my fate, and I could tell Harold hadn't accepted his yet. And I pull out.
He had a lot to live for.
Yeah. I said, Harold has a lot to live for.
He's been in danger.
Yes, absolutely. And I said, Harold, don't worry, I'm here. He said, yeah, I understand that. And there was a sign.
He probably said, that doesn't give me any comfort.
I think that's more accurate. And there was a big sign in that stairwell because of me and Bill that said, no smoking. And I pulled out my smokes. I said, how do you think they'd mind if I smoke? And he said, what is that no smoking sign? I said, I'm kidding, we're about to die. And so I started smoking. And I went up to the second floor so I could see out the window. And it was pretty nasty. After it was over, and Doc, much like what happened over at Union, Harold's car was parked on the side of the street. And there was a stop sign underneath his front right tire, and his car had been like it had moved at all. The van pushed all the way across the parking lot into the building. Cafe Lafayette was missing the front of the building.
Yeah.
Within 10 minutes, people are going in there stealing cigarettes. I'm going, you know what? I may as well too. No, but I remember calling Larry, a general manager, and who I miss terribly, and he's still living. I just don't see him much. And said, I think we're okay. I think a tornado hit downtown. I said, wait a minute, I'm in your office, and there's no ceiling. That could be a problem. And by the next morning, they condemned the building. The next morning, you could see rays of sunshine coming through the walls. Harold and I, boy,
guys got lucky.
How close are you?
Well, I just want to point out in that story that most people, when they face the fact that they're probably going to see the Lord in a few moments, they kind of like, get rid of their worst habits, whatever's their worst habit. And Dan just lit another cigarette.
He lit up a cigarette.
Yeah. See what I'm saying, folks?
It began with an all-out assault on the press.
Man, I hadn't thought about that, but I think you're right. I tell you what, man, what we ought to do, we'll get with Gina and try to organize. It'd be great if we were doing the shows out there that morning at lunch.
Oh my gosh, or the party the night before.
You guys do such an important work for West Tennessee. Matt, we love this city. We love West Tennessee. Let's do it, Gina.
Absolutely.
I would love that.
That would be so cool.
Again, as you said, so much of our work is really ultimately about giving back
Exactly.
and helping those who have the greatest need. And so, at United Way, we focused on health, education, financial stability. And so very recently, we really launched a lot of initiatives focused primarily on education. I always tell people pretty much everywhere I go, if you want a healthy community, you want to educate a community. If you want a financially stable community, you want to educate a community. And so, that's what we're really focusing on. And so as much, support as we can garner for all that work, the better.
Very nice.
That is awesome. I'm glad you're in the position of president and CEO of United Way. Scott did a great job, and I think when you followed him, you're doing a tremendous job.
I don't have any intentions of running for mayor.
What about, I was going to try to make a joke, but...
Thank you for sparing us.
You see what I'm saying, Doc? But a lot of people don't recognize comedy genius in motion.
Yeah.
I got to say, Dave Chappelle has the same problem.
I don't think he has that problem. I can recognize comedy when I hear it.
You still was hesitant to empower some women?
I am woman here before.
We've been friends for, I don't know, most of our life.
A long time. We don't have to put a number on it. That's not necessary.
For 30 years. I love Gina. Gina, you have such a great personality.
I love you too, Dan Reeves.
But you're not getting my beer.
I just want your wallet.
You think you want it. You just
Did
think
some
you're
damage with that credit card.
Well, no, the damage is done. We'll be right back. Our guest, Dr. Sean Evans. Dr. Evans is our friend. He's also a political science professor at Union University. And Matt is an alum of Union University. And, your buddy, the mayor of Alamo, John Avery Emerson, is a Union alum as well. Do you know that?
I thought he was the UT alum.
He is that as well.
Did he get a master's there?
Yeah, he went.
Okay.
He think he got his GED, there, but no, he got his master's. This guy went. He also went to the University of Oregon. He went to school till they finally said, "Please go get a job." And yeah, John is he's an intellectual. That's why we kind of flocked together. That was not meant as a joke.
That was comedy right there.
Clearly, yeah.
The best joke of the day.
I got to tell you, that was not meant as a joke. It doesn't work well when I get my credentials in your lap.
Just saying, with friends like these.
Thank you, man. I tell you, it's a tough crowd. I tell you, it's a tough crowd. As we're going to put that together, Matt. We'll be right back. Matt Marshall's here, President, CEO of United Way. First Ladies Luncheon, April the 13th. And where's it going to be held?
At the fairgrounds, Jackson Fairgrounds.
That'll be my birthday's April the 7th. So
See how
somehow
he
we
looped
can
it
tie
back to
that.
himself?
We tie that
do a
together.
tablescape
Of Dan Reeves' birthday party.
Birthday party. Make the centerpiece a birthday cake.
With a giant Dan Reeves head on
Just-
it.
At the top.
Look,
At the top.
Yes!
just as long as you promise you won't make it all about me. You guys are a lot of fun, I tell you. I really, the older I get, the more it's evident to me that life is all about relationships.
Absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely.
And laughter is such great medicine.
It is.
We'll get back to our business model of hatred tomorrow. No, I'm kidding on that. We'll wait till Monday. Oh, by the way, new schedule coming up starting Monday. So you may have to adjust your classes you're teaching because you've got a new schedule. Okay, so 6 to 8 a.m. daybreak with the legendary Greg Wood and G Units. 6 to 8.
Yay.
Yes, and but wait, there's more. Then
There's
Gina
more.
and I will follow. We got to come up with maybe area code 731 with Gina and Dan.
Something. I need my name on the title of the show. It just says The Dan Reeves Show now. I don't like that.
I don't see a problem with it.
I think the Gina Langley Show sounds fabulous.
I'm good with that. And then, okay, so that's 6 to 8 day break. Then Gina and I, 8 to 10 with a Dan and Gina show. And then,
See?
There we go.
Got it,
and then
yeah.
I think Larry says they could be for both of them. But Larry, again, you jumped the gun on that one. So, no, Larry Newman, who's a fabulous weather man. He's
a maverick.
Charismatic, not so much
Great
photogenic, but he is
American.
charismatic. And then, so we'll be on 8 till 10. And then Walker Talks with Chuck Walker and Julie Holt. That's a tremendous show. That's from 10 to 1. Then Dave Ramsey. And then I'll be back in the afternoon with the Dan Reeves Show.
It's a lot of Dan Reeves in one day.
And then you can watch me on replay. I watch me all the time on replay. Oh, man, we'll be right back. Stay right there. And it's great to have you with us this afternoon. 5:53. We'll be right back. And coming in to man the ship is a lovely young lady, a senior at Madison Academic, who hosts her own show. Bree McBruden will be here with y'all. I'm headed to Chester County as we got championship basketball. Where'd you go to high school, Matt?
JCM.
Where'd you go to high school?
Decatur High School in Decatur, Alabama.
That's a great place. That's red hot and smoking down there. KC, where'd you get your GED? Trenton Peabody. He's a Peabody alum. But tonight, are you headed out, Matt? Oh, you're headed over here.
Yeah.
The championship basketball tonight is the G Unit is down there setting up. When I say setting up, he is raiding the hospitality suite. I promise you that. And at Chester County High School, they've done a great job hosting this region tourney. Tonight it's the girls' championship game. It's the Jackson Southside Hawks. They're 29-0.
Yeah, they're doing awesome.
And ranked number 1 in the state of Tennessee in Class 3A. Brent McNeil's the head coach, and he's a great. Do you know Brent?
Brent and I actually grew up together. We were in first and second grade together. So we were best friends in first and second grade, and I'm just so proud of him.
Is he not a great American?
He's doing incredible. He's doing incredible.
That man is terrific, and they're talented, yes, but the fundamentals, the discipline, first unit, second unit, he is great and just a wonderful human being. I'd send my kids to him. Same thing for Damon Fuller.
Yeah.
And so at Southside, #1 in the state, unbeaten, taking on district rival South Gibson Lady Hornets, and they are ranked in the top 10. They played 3 times this season. The first meeting in Medina, Southside won by like 4 points, closest they've been played all year. The next game at Southside, it was a rented mule, I'll be honest. The Lady Hawks were not very ladylike. And I mean, there's a compliment.
Stop that.
It's a compliment.
It's ladylike to win.
Well, the sophomore, Askins, she's about 6 foot, and she has lift on her jumpers, beautiful form. Oh, they are so good and so disciplined. And then in Medina, in the district championship, rented Mule City again. So tonight, though, because South Gibson is very good and they're very well coached, I got a feeling.
This might be it.
Pittsburgh's going to the Super. No, tonight, it's going to be a great game. I don't think they can be beat, but I think it'll be a great game. That's in my humble opinion.
Very nice.
I'm going to read these texts.
I got some good pictures in the studio.
Folks, if you want your text read, it'd be a very good thing to either bring us some more donuts or say something nice about me.
About
that'll
him.
get you on
Do you
the air.
get that? Yeah, about him. It's all about Dan.
Don't make me do it, because I will. You know I'm kidding. We'll be right back. Stay right there, folks. Here it is. The time is 5:56. It is 69 degrees. We'll take another look at the weather when we return.
King Jewelers is not your typical run-of-the-mill jewelry store. It's an iconic symbol of love. Custom handmade jewelry to suit your taste or melt down your old stuff and create something completely new. Grover has over 35 years as a certified jeweler with While You Wait services that include free jewelry cleaning, fine jewelry, friendly staff, custom designs, quality repairs, and of course, Grover. KingJewelersJackson.com, 16B Conrad Drive, Jackson. Follow King Jewelers Jackson on social media for special savings.
News Talk West Tennessee includes NewsTalk965.com and NewsTalk 96.5 FM, covering local news, sports, and weather on an extensive network of platforms, including radio, social media streaming, digital TV, live stream, podcasts, all on your devices. Our local and live weekday lineup includes Daybreak with Greg Wood and G-Unit, Walker Talks with Chuck Walker and Julie Holt, The Dan Reeves Show with Gina Langley and Larry Newman, Dave Ramsey, Jackson-Madison County Schools Game of the Week, UT Vols Sports, and the Memphis Grizzlies. Local, live, News Talk West Tennessee and NewsTalk965.com. Hear it first on News Talk 96.5 FM. We might be talking about you.
See you, man.
Let's face it, people want to feel loved, appreciated, and pampered. Beauty to the Bone has a mission and a purpose to help you look and feel beautiful inside and out. From facials to Botox, fillers, lasers, high-beam therapy, functional medicine, and all in between, we've got you covered. Book your appointment today to feel your very best tomorrow.
Book your appointment today. Call 731-300-9103. That's 731-300-9103.
They still messed up. I mean, I don't think there's...
Welcome to Hampton Inn and Suites of Jackson. Make yourself at home in any of the 83 rooms or suites. Hampton Inn and Suites exit 83 at I-40 is minutes away from all Jackson destinations like the West Tennessee Healthcare Sportsplex, Casey Jones Village, Jackson-Madison County General Hospital, and many industrial complexes. Enjoy free Wi-Fi, free parking, and free hot breakfast. Also a 24-hour fitness and business center. Welcome to West Tennessee. Make your reservations now by calling direct at 731-427-6100 or visit Hampton.com.
Hi, my name's Dawn. I have been taking BioT at Advanced Medical. My moods are better. I sleep well. My husband has complimented me on the mood swings that are no longer affecting our marriage.
Are these problems affecting your work, your relationships, and your quality of life? You'll be happy to know there's an exciting, natural solution available called BioT. BioT uses a natural way for men and women to correct these problems by safely and accurately balancing hormone levels without...
This is WBFG 96.5 FM. 96.5 FM. Parker's Crossroads, Jackson.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters reporting. States moved to crack down on nurses with fraudulent academic credentials from caring for patients after 3 Florida schools were accused of selling thousands of bogus diplomas.
New York regulators told 903 nurses in recent weeks to either surrender their licenses or prove they were properly educated. Delaware and Washington state officials have combined to yank dozens of nursing licenses. Texas filed administrative charges against at least 23 nurses. States are acting in the wake of Operation Nightingale, a federal investigation into what officials say was a fraud scheme in which several now closed Florida nursing schools accused of selling phony diplomas and transcripts. About 7,600 students paid for them, according to prosecutors. In some cases, they were experienced LPNs seeking to become RNs. Julie Walker, New York.
Appearing before the Senate Judiciary Committee, Attorney General Merrick Garland took questions today. Ranking members, Senator Lindsey Graham questioned Attorney General Garland about the Mexican government's commitment to the war against fentanyl.
Is Mexico helping us effectively with our fentanyl?
They are helping us, but they could do much more. There's no question about that.
Well, if this is helping, I would hate to see what not helping looks like.
His testimony comes amid a series of controversies, including allegations the Justice Department has been weaponized under Garland's tenure, targeting political foes of the administration. Garland has defended the department's track record in a number of areas, including the war on drugs. Eli Lilly will cut prices for some older insulins later this year and immediately give more patients access to a cap on the costs they pay to fill prescriptions. The move promises critical relief to some people with diabetes. On Wall Street, a mixed day as the Dow was up by 5 points, but the Nasdaq dropped 76, the S&P lower by 18. More at townhall.com.
Relief Factor, pain relief that's natural, pain relief that works, and pain relief that attacks the source of the pain. That's the experience of tens of thousands of Americans who are taking Relief Factor right now. See their incredible video endorsements at relieffactor.com and then order your 3-week quick starter pack for just $19.95. That's less than $1 a day. Find out if it can work for you like it works for me by ordering your 3-week quick starter pack today. relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com. Be the next success story.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month.
SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance. For your free quote, go to SelectQuote.com. That's SelectQuote.com. Full details on example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials.
Here's the Wall Street Business Report.
Stocks finish mixed as Wall Street brace for interest rates to stay higher for longer, with inflation remaining stubbornly sticky. After a hot start to the year, the stock market has struggled as data piled up showing inflation and the overall economy are remaining more resilient than expected. It forced many investors to delay their forecast for a recession to later this year, while also raising their expectations for how high the Federal Reserve will take interest rates. The Dow was up 5 points to close at 32,661. The Nasdaq lost 76 to 11,379. The S&P 500 dropped 18 points to 39.51. New York oil rose 64 cents to $77.69 a barrel. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm John Scott.
News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters. Efforts to require clergy to report abuse stalls in Utah. Correspondent Walter Ratliff reports.
A push to mandate the members of religious clergy report child sexual abuse when it's brought to their attention is facing pushback from churches throughout the United States. That's the case in Utah, where 4 separate proposals to narrow the so-called clergy penitent privilege loophole have not received hearings in the State House as lawmakers prepare to adjourn for the year. Religious groups who want to maintain the status quo argue the First Amendment protects the seal of confession. Similar proposals are also under debate in states including Vermont, Washington, and Kansas. I'm Walter Ratliff.
A federal appeals court cleared the way for the highly contested construction in Nevada of what will be the largest lithium mine planned in the U.S. The court's allowing construction while it considers whether the government illegally approved the mine in a rush to provide raw materials for electric vehicle batteries. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Hi, I'm Terica Smith, a local attorney and proud JMCSS graduate, but I'm also a JMCSS parent. We chose Jackson-Madison County Schools for educational options that are innovative and challenging. Whether it's the Academic Academy at Northeast or early college and career opportunities at JCM Early College High, JMCSS offers classes and programs that will prepare my son for college and beyond. Plus, JMCSS is a Level 5 district and tuition free. It just makes sense.
Hi, I'm Greg Hammond, Chief of Public Information for the Jackson-Madison County School System. With an increased focus in the fine arts, athletics, workforce development, and early career opportunities for students, there's never been a better time to choose us. Tuition-free, Jackson-Madison County Schools. Visit jmcss.org today to schedule a tour or call 731-345-7011.
I think it was that. Okay, there's silence.
Oh, just go on air.
Oh, okay.
Hi, this is Teen Talk. I'm your host, Bree McCrudden, and I have with me Jack Finney and Harsh Patel. You gotta put on headphones. And you just talk into the mic from there. Y'all wanna say something? You gotta talk to the mic. Hello?
Hello? Okay.
Why are y'all suddenly being shy?
I don't know what to talk about. I've never been on radio before.
Okay, you both are hired. Perfect.
Yeah, you just gotta figure it out. It's not like a difficult thing.
Get over it. Okay.
What did you do today?
Okay, so at first I woke up. Normal morning. Then I couldn't find my car keys.
Okay.
So I was running around the house. And I call my mom into the room for some reason. I get mad. I'm almost late to school, so I rush to school this morning. I make it pretty early. Maybe like 5 minutes before school starts. Then I had a biscuit at school. Pretty good.
What kind of biscuit?
Just a plain jelly biscuit. Grape jelly is better.
Interesting.
What did you do, Jack, this morning? Besides cough.
He's dying.
I woke up. I probably sat on my bed for like 5 minutes staring at the wall.
That's kind of sad.
I got ready. What else did I do? Yeah, I went to school and I saw Harsh. I gave him a biscuit. Yeah, he gave me his biscuit.
Is that where the biscuit came from?
He got 2 biscuits. Yeah.
Oh, but you didn't get him the correct jelly?
I got him grape, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And strawberry. Yeah, me too. I'm watching out for him.
Okay. Interesting. Jack, how did you feel about your test on the awakening today? I'm taking that as bad. You know, Dr. Kaufman listens to this show, so choose your words wisely.
Well, I got 100 on the quiz and the test last time. I don't know how it happened, though. I think it's...
Bold luck, beginner's luck.
There was like a few questions.
I feel like a man getting 100 on a awakening test is wrong.
It was that curve. I had like a 93, but then that like 7-point curve.
So do you feel awakened?
Not really. That wasn't really a good book in my opinion.
What?
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
Probably because I'm a man.
Yeah, I feel like that is. You just don't get it.
I guess I'm not.
What was your opinion? What is your opinion on like Great Gatsby?
I don't like it either.
What book do you like?
I like Huck Finn.
Okay, that's acceptable, but like, do you like anything that's not Mark Twain?
Which one did I read for senior paper? Oh, I read All Quiet on the Western Front. That was a weird one. Well, no, it's not weird. It was pretty good. Pretty good.
Rubio is also pretty good too.
Which book?
All Quiet on the Western Front.
Intriguing. All Quiet on the Western Front. I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Netflix came out with a movie on it like November.
We watched it in Beta Club actually together.
Yeah, we did.
Beta Club.
We saw a dude like get blown up.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not what I thought that book would be about. Not even gonna lie.
What did you think Western Front like meant?
Not about that.
What did you think it was?
I don't know, but you know what I do know? I know how you can call or text us. See, look, I'm good at brand deals. You can call us on our Jackson IV and Wellness Clinic line, which is 731-265-6496. They need that Jackson IV and Wellness. They're coughing a whole lot. That is 731-265-6496. Or you can text us on our Advanced Rehab and Medical line, which they also apparently need. 731-800-TEXT. 731-800-8398. Back to our conversation. This is weird. They're never this quiet.
I am pretty quiet. Not at all.
Yeah, he's lying. He's only quiet when he has a VR headset on his head.
Okay. I sold it actually.
You sold it?
Yes.
But that's like what got you through college lab.
That helped me. I think this man is dying next to me.
Jack, are you okay? Jack is dying.
I'll talk about how I came out in this weather wearing slides and socks.
Yeah, not your brightest moment on that. It's like a downpour out there. To you viewers who are listening rather than watching, Jack just like slyly ate a cough drop. You know, they can see.
What's wrong with cough drops?
I don't know, it's just the way he did it. He did it like he wasn't supposed to do it. Like it was a secret.
Your lace.
I just want to give a little viewing pleasure to the people watching, you know?
Screw the people who aren't watching. The ones that are only listening. Oh, apparently the weather's bad enough that I am getting texts to try to get school closed. Because people think I have that power. Rhea, that is a call out to you. Maybe I do have that power. I am besties with Marlon King.
And you should shut down school.
Yeah.
So y'all heard that too, right?
Yeah. The end is nigh.
The end is near.
Let's see what that's all about. Okay, we're under severe warning now.
Let's go, baby.
Which is so much fun. Okay, me and Jack have to be in Sewanee this Friday, so let's hope this is temporary. Oh, and there's lightning.
Yeah, there's like tons of lightning when I came over here.
Okay, well, I've been here since 5, so... Let's read their conversations. I don't know what that is.
So when I was driving here,
I'm so scared.
There's a severe thunderstorm warning for Central Hardman in West Tennessee. And it's active until 7 p.m. Until potentially 11 p.m. It's southwest of Oliver. It's 60 miles per hour.
Larry's gonna come in to update the weather show. And you look so lovely in your dress. star. Y'all dogs. Y'all don't look like stars. See ya.
Tornado watch remains in effect until 10 p.m. Central Standard Time for West Tennessee. For your protection, move to an interior room on the west floor of the building.
What do you mean callers? You need like people to come in and call.
Kind of just letting the thing ring out right now.
Yeah. Why shouldn't you know somebody?
Okay, central thunderstorm until 7 p.m. Avoid the tornadoes. Be smart. Hide in the bathroom or the basement. Don't get killed. Don't go to Madison Academic if you want to be safe from tornadoes. And that's
That
pretty much
place is
it.
a death trap, I swear.
Literally, who builds a 3-story building without a fire escape? That marvels me. 3 stories and no fire escape, and the windows can't open.
The windows are huge.
Just shoot the windows open.
Kind of just screwed in that situation. Howdy.
Howdy.
Are you coming to report the weather for us?
Yes, ma'am.
We have our weatherman here, Mr. Larry Newsom. Newman! It's been a hot minute.
McCredley?
Mr.
Oh, McCredden, that's it.
Mr. Larry Newman.
Say, I always said your name right.
Hey, I haven't been here in a few weeks.
So you forgot how to pronounce my name?
I forget everything. Well, we are now sending it over. Back to you, Mr. Larry.
All right. Well, let's see. The weather is pouring down rain. It is, Doppler is covered up in green and yellow. So it's going to be raining, folks. Get somewhere. 68 currently, feels like 68. The low tonight will be 57. Thunderstorms. Severe thunderstorms. And thank you. And showers, thunderstorms, mainly this evening. So just get somewhere and stay, hang out. Could have damaging winds, large hail, and heavy rainfall after midnight. Lows in the mid-50s, north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. We do have a flood watch. We do have a tornado watch going on until, I think the tornado watch is until 10 p.m. All right, back to you, Bree.
Thank you, Mr. Larry. Now, back in today's news in sports. Do y'all know anything about sports?
Yes. I love the Grizzlies.
What's going on with the Grizzlies today?
They beat the Lakers.
Good for them.
God.
Do we not like the Lakers?
We hate them.
No.
Anybody from California, including the Warriors.
That I respect. Plus, we have to support the Grizzlies.
I do like
Without
the teams.
LeBron. See, we have to respect the Grizzlies. It's the Grizzlies. They're our closest team.
Yeah, facts.
See, Harshier is actually a sports pro. He is the basketball manager, so he knows everything.
Not really. I missed like half the games this season.
Is that why I never saw you there?
I went to like most of them. I drove all the way to the house to like twice.
They wouldn't let you just ride the bus?
I didn't feel like riding the bus.
You chose to drive rather than ride the bus?
He didn't want to be around the commoners.
It's only like 40 minutes. It's not that far.
Oh my gosh. I'm marveled by this. You chose to drive. Actually, I don't blame you because I can't smell, but whenever people describe certain smells to me, I'm like, ooh, that probably smells bad. And one of those smells is what a basketball player smells like. And so I can only imagine what the ride back would have smelled like. So I kind of get your drift.
Are you not dating a basketball player
Hey,
right now?
I can't smell. I'm not phased. So, I'm not phased.
Okay.
See, you can't throw shade. I can just throw shade right back. Jack is dying again. Jack is not going to live to see past this tornado.
Does this tornado messed you up?
He's going to go out in the tornado just like Dorothy. He's going to wake up in Oz.
70 degrees in February, man.
This is it for you. Bye, Jack.
It's every spring.
R.I.P.
I hate allergies.
It's all because he didn't like The Awakening.
Yep.
Kate Chopin came for you. Ooh, I hear the little siren noise again. It's almost time to send it back over the weather. after. That's really long.
No, he'll do the weather. Just y'all keep going after it.
We'll just keep a going. Just to keep a going. So, y'all know anything about the Hailey Bieber and Selena Gomez stuff happening?
Well, I do know a little bit.
What do you know? Because I barely know.
They're all pretty cute.
Okay, that's not what I expected. So basically, Hailey Bieber threw shade at like people like talking about her husband's exes and blah blah blah, and everyone knew that she's talking about the ex, Selena. Duh, the ex.
Whoa. This is just so important.
Yes, it is. As we just have this noise happening behind us. See. And now I'm dying. It's contagious. It's scarlet fever. Jack gave me scarlet fever. But no. So everyone's been like beefing over this because Selena Gomez was just like, oh well, like I dated him 10 years ago. I don't really care. And Hailey Bieber apparently is still caught up on this. So now it's like all this weird drama in like the celebrity world.
That's California for y'all.
Amen, brother. Amen.
Why we hate the Lakers.
Da 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 California. It's a lovely place. Hey, don't look at me like that. They're throwing shade and they're being mean.
That's a word.
They're giving dirty looks, just like what the mayor gave them yesterday.
That's not my fault. He said I was gonna pee my pants. I was.
He has a sense of humor.
We were just nervous, okay?
It's fine, it's fine. Hey, you know what? It's partly on me. I should have checked that the camera was charged, but also, it's not my fault somebody left it on.
Mm-hmm. You know
Not to
who
name
you are.
names. Not to name names.
You know
but
who
you
you
know
are.
who you are.
You know who.
Who leaves the camera on? Didn't even put like the lens cap back on either.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We'll get you.
We will. We will.
But you know what? The camera's going to be fully charged. I'm plugging it up tomorrow, so that way whenever...
Swanee.
Swanee.
I don't know what we're gonna do in that car. Coach Clark. Miss Billingsley.
I think we're probably going to be in the Coach Clark car, so I guess we're chilling.
I don't know whether to be happy or afraid about that.
He just left that door wide open. The rain is pouring in.
What are y'all doing in Swanee?
Talking to people.
Yeah, we're talking to the
The
Swanee
Swanee
Review.
Review.
Is that it?
Pretty much. We're getting an exclusive tour from Coach Clark.
Yeah.
Dub.
Mm.
Coach Clark.
Yeah, considering the fact that most girls at our school would die to be alone with him for 5 minutes, it's definitely a fate.
What about to do?
It's true. We get to hang out with him, and it's not like I have a crush on him. It's not like you have a crush on him, but like, it's a flex. Are you ready to send it back over for weather, or is there no updates yet?
No updates.
No updates. It was just the same announcement over and over again. Just like school.
Yep.
Always over and over again.
Endless cycle of misery.
Actually, that's kind of just what econ class is like. What? Econ feels like repeated information.
It really is.
I don't know the difference between like the things with supply and the things with demand because they're all the same thing, just with supply in front of it versus demand in front of it.
It's
Not really.
easy. It's not bad.
I
but,
passed
I mean,
the test.
I passed.
I know.
Well, I passed
I
the
know.
awakening test, okay? And I didn't know anything.
You don't even understand the awakening. You're a man.
Exactly.
Dr. Kaufman's going to listen in and be like, Bree, you can't tell people they don't understand something because they're a man. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Dr. Kaufman, get on the Bree tomorrow, please.
All I'm saying is that he has not experienced the awakening because he doesn't understand the societal standards.
I'll awaken him. Don't worry.
I read the book. It was, nah.
That was weird, harsh. It was
I like that.
I think Harsh should read
I think
The Awakening.
Harsh would feel weird about the statement he said if he had read the book, if he understood what
Wait,
pushed
what
the
is-
awakening.
what did
He
he
said he
say?
was going to awaken you.
What's the book even about? I haven't read
It's
it.
about a woman who becomes awakened after having a lover.
Oh, no. No.
So you just implied that you wanted to be his lover.
Good Harsh. Thank you, though, but I'm flattered.
You don't want him
but
to be your Robert?
I'm flattered,
Also, can we take a
but,
moment for the fact that the names are so bad in this book? First off, the main character's name is Edna. But that's not the worst part. It's Robert. It's Robert that bothers me.
What about all the French names?
There is a big amount of French names, but like Adele, that's a nice name. It's solid.
What about Alaska?
Bro, I can't even pronounce it. It's like Rattengnale.
Rattengnale.
I can't even say it when I just wrote an entire like thing about how she's a foil for Mademoiselle Rez. That was my answer. Is I did the foil between them.
I did mine between her and Edna, but I mean.
I think everyone did her and Edna. Jessica and Leanne did too.
I wanted that easy, like.
Wait, no, Leanne did mine. Nobody wrote about Leonce and Robert.
What's wrong with the name Robert?
I did Victor and Robert.
I have an issue with Robert purely due to the fact that I just think that that's a weird name to make a French lover. Well, he's not French, he's Creole. But I just feel like it should have been like, I don't know, in my head he looks like Timothy Chalamet, so I was like, his name should be something more French. Like, Timothy.
Paris.
You wanted him to be named Paris?
It's like a stereotypical French name.
I don't think people are named Paris in Paris.
Maybe they are.
Now I know what my thought process is actually I was about to say we know a bunch of like Londons and Parises, but we don't know America, but we do. There is one in our school.
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah, I was about to say like you don't know somebody name the country in the country or like name the place in the place, but that's false. There's Jacksons in Jackson.
Oh yeah, like Jackson Greer. Shout out, Jackson Greer.
I don't know who that is.
He'd be doing his Desmos project right now.
He goes by Young Coda. That's the nickname.
Actually, I know who that is.
Check his rapper name out. Yeah.
Okay,
SoundCloud.
so are we doing a subtle plug for somebody's SoundCloud?
I don't think he even has a song
You know
on
whose
there.
SoundCloud y'all should be plugging? Big Jaw.
No, not after what we found out.
Anyways, I think I should be a SoundCloud rapper. You want to hear my sick beats?
Please no, please.
Ice, baby. Dun, 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 dun. Stop, collaborate, and listen. Ice back. Y'all don't.
That's a copyright strike right
Y'all
there.
don't appreciate me. Actually, it's not a copyright strike because the airwaves and all the stuff about 1939 and
What do you mean
basically
by
legalities.
What about 1939?
1939 was the year that the airwaves were regulated and free use was developed for them.
Another thing happened in 1939, didn't it, Harsh?
Yes, that sure did.
And that right there is why the free waves were developed, but you know what? Ice, baby. Dun 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 dun. Stop, collaborate, and listen.
I want to hear about y'all's play y'all just finished up.
You were there,
Play
Harsh.
suck.
Yeah, play suck.
It really did.
Play suck.
Travis Thornburg, baby.
Yeah.
I had too much fun with that role.
I didn't like that scene.
Yeah, I could tell nobody like that.
No, the audience thought it
Yeah,
was the
the
funniest thing in
audience
the world.
did, but I thought it was funny that all you guys were like uncomfortable.
Well, it's not really that we were uncomfortable. It's just weird that we have to like sit there and like twirl our hair and like pretend to faint and giggle and stuff. Like it's just kind of a strange thing to do.
Well, you gotta do that. I gotta do the Zoolander face for like 5 minutes. And I'm like,
You know what though? The audience thought it was funny every time I kissed the flower before I dropped it. So
I didn't even see
I'm a
that.
comedic genius.
You didn't see? I didn't even pay attention to y'all when y'all were walking in front of me.
See, that's you were method acting on that.
Too focused on that.
Travis Thornburg would not have paid attention.
Travis Thornburg is too busy thinking about the socio-economic situation in the Danube region right now, you know?
I was not expecting that to come out of your mouth. Come on, Travis Thornburg, tell us about the socioeconomic situation.
You should tell us more.
Mm-hmm. Are you in econ right now?
No.
No? Then tell us all
You're
about
talking
it.
about like where? Like the Danube? Like I said?
All of it. Everywhere. The whole world.
We're not doing too hot.
How much debt is the national debt?
A lot.
At least $2.
What's your plan to fix that?
never paying it off
Very American.
and invading more countries.
I like it. Very American.
Yeah.
You talked about Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe. Oh yeah.
What's in Zimbabwe?
You can be like a trillionaire. Everybody's a trillionaire there in Zimbabwe.
Why? Is their socioeconomic situation better than ours?
Inflation.
Are they playing economically better than us?
No, they're like
Economically. Oligopoly.
inflation, pre-inflation. I've been saying it like for 3 times.
Economically. That game's fun.
Zimbabwe.
Actually, the game's not fun. I've never heard so many people start screaming in a classroom.
Talk about UN Club, Jack.
Oh yeah, our country is Somalia.
Economically.
We are Somalia.
You're Somalia?
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Civil war. After civil
Oh.
war. After civil war.
That's not very good for your economically.
Yeah, but we got a plan, don't we, Harsh?
Yes, we do. A very good plan.
A very good plan. I don't know if we can discuss it, but
That's scary, but okay. They're planning a war for Somalia.
We don't have enough money for war.
yeah, so we're gonna take
I
it.
guess you just gotta play the economically.
we got Somalian pirates.
Or you could play the economically and steal from the economically.
We're gonna steal from like warships and stuff like coming in.
Gotta hit that economically.
Just like that one time when that U.S. destroyer came to help out those North Koreans on the tanker. That's a weird story.
What day is Model UN even on?
It's on the first club day.
Ah, that's why I'm not in it.
Yeah.
I can't be in any clubs because of my clubs.
What club are you in?
First club day, I'm in drama club, which I'm on the council. I'm on the council for that, so I'm not allowed to miss it.
Imagine being in drama club.
I have to help run it. And then the second club day, I'm book club president, so...
Of course, the females in drama.
What does that mean, Harsh?
I think you need to mute him, Brie.
Harsh.
I'm just joking about that. We're all in drama. I'm in a lot of drama right now.
With who?
Come on. You can't name names, but you sure can tell a story.
My dog's mad at me.
Why?
Oh no. I don't know why I did to him. Like,
Did you not take him out for a walk?
I did take him for his walk. He was just mad at me.
You walk him every day. Why is he mad at you?
I don't know.
Did you not give him a treat? or something?
I'll give him a treat.
Did you forget to feed him?
I think this is a rouge. I think he's lying to us and somebody else is mad at him and he's using his dog as symbolism.
No.
Just like
My dog actually tried to bite my finger.
The awakening.
It's just like how he's wearing blue, so that represents his sadness.
Yeah. See it in his eyes.
I'm very sad. I'm about to start crying.
Come on, cry for us. Come on. He just has to have some of the echolocalopapy. You know, I did really good in echolocalopapy today until she said that we can merge. And so everyone else I was playing against merged, except me. I was the richest person until 2 people merge, and then another 2 people merge, and then I'm left there by myself. And then suddenly I became the poorest person very fast.
Why didn't you just like hire like some mercenary death squads to take him out? You know, take out the competition.
Hitman.
In echolocalopapy?
Yeah.
No. I play fair.
She's not a good businesswoman.
Other than the fact that the reason why I couldn't merge with people was because I was in jail.
What'd you do to get in jail?
I had a monopoly. And then they sent everyone with a monopoly into jail. So,
Yeah, I won my monopoly thing in econ because I'm just a good businessman.
Same. I won by 1,000.
I hate y'all. I lost by like 4 million today.
Oh my gosh. L
4 million.
ratio.
Well, because they all joined. So they all went from everyone having like 5 million to everyone suddenly has like... And I was in jail.
Maybe you shouldn't have committed tax fraud, you know?
I was the only person with a monopoly. And it's because I happened to get the only property where there's only 2 properties. So I had both those.
That anti-Sherman trust law coming after you. Or whatever it
I
is.
just owned 2 properties that happened to be next to each other, and I was merriment up price gouging because I could. If I'm allowed to raise the price, I'm gonna raise the price.
What did you learn from A-Push? You know, you can't have monopolies. I mean, like, Whatchamacallit?
There are government-sanctioned monopolies. I don't want to hear it.
But they are for good. Other monopolies are for good.
They're for our own good, Bree. And don't question it.
JEA is a good monopoly.
This is why you need to play Ekalakalapapipi, because I am elite, and I know what a good monopoly is, and I was a good monopoly.
And you're also a loser.
Yeah.
Harsh, I bet I could beat you in Econopoly.
Me and Harsh will just merge and like beat you by like 10 times.
I hate that merging is a thing you're allowed to do. That's like the most evil rule. No.
Real
because
life, baby.
It was the random rules that got me. Because we would be playing. And that's like the whole point of Econopoly, is that you're playing Monopoly, but then she throws in rules throughout the game. And it's supposed to be like the government. So like that's how I got thrown into jail. It was a Monopoly. Because she was like, everyone with a Monopoly goes to jail. But then the rules can come in your benefit, because once I became the poorest player, I was given $5 million because I was the poorest player.
Or don't be broke.
In Econopoly, there is no winning if everyone else merges. From then on, you're just screwed. Gotta hope for the best.
Last year we didn't merge. We're all separated.
I feel like I could have won if we were. I was going to win, and then everyone merged.
Because you're a loser.
I was in jail.
Don't be a loser then.
Then don't go to jail. Not that hard.
Why didn't you flee the country?
I don't think you can do that on a Monopoly board. Why don't you stop coughing?
Yeah, Jack.
Okay. My sinuses killing me right now, okay?
My sinuses?
Pull another cough drop.
This is him trying to get away with having actual scarlet fever. And he's going to give it to me. And it's going to be Little Women all over again.
That'd be so funny, though.
He has the plague.
Just Little Women.
Yeah, I have the bubonic.
Not the bubonic plague.
Or two.
Hey.
Got my cough.
See, he's just doing drugs on camera.
Right there. Look at this ball doing drugs.
That is a drug. He is doing drugs on camera, and not only that, hey, he's defying all of the laws. He's telling me to break the law. He's telling me to flee the country. You saying that because my daddy's an immigrant?
Yeah.
My grandfather's an immigrant. What are you talking about?
Right from India, just like me.
Uh-huh.
From India.
Okay. Anyways.
Okay.
I say how it is.
Oh, you want to hear
Don't
a
you?
story?
Tell us your story.
So I was in Coach Clark's class today.
Oh, already off to a good start.
We're watching Beowulf, the movie.
Oh, no.
And there's a lot of bad scenes in it, right? And
Yikes.
And he's like, you can skip this part. It's only bad scenes. And now I was like, I want to watch them. And then he got mad at me. He's like, you can go rent the movie on your own. I got a little sad.
See, I know what the bad scenes he's avoiding are, because when I watched it, we had a substitute and she didn't know when to skip. So.
I was trying to sub.
No, you don't. Because that movie's made by the same people who made the scary movie. And so everything in that movie is so scary for no reason.
It isn't. Isn't like, what's her name in it?
We need to go to a break so we can get the ball game going. Yeah.
Oh, magic. Okay. Well, thanks to our guests here, Jack Finney and Harsh Patel.
Man, we didn't even get to talk about Joe Rogan and the hairless chimp, Harsh.
I don't want to know what they're talking about, but this has been Teen Talk. I'm your host, Bree McCredden. I shall see you next week.
Award-winning Watson's Cleaning Service specializes in commercial and residential cleaning. Watson's cleans huge commercial buildings, West Tennessee Agriculture and Education Center, the Federal Court Building in downtown Jackson. Watson's also specializes in residential cleaning services, stripping and waxing floors, buffing, pulling trash, sweeping and mopping, vacuuming, household cleaning, baseboards, walls, dishes, dusting and organizing. Call 731-293-3808. Family owned and operated Watson's Cleaning Services. 293-3808.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Terica Smith, a local attorney and proud JMCSS graduate, but I'm also a JMCSS parent. We chose Jackson Madison County Schools for educational options that are innovative and challenging. Whether it's the